Does anyone even work here?
I haven't seen anyone since we came in, no, but I feel like we've been fucking walking to this puppet aisle for like 20 minutes. Like, it just never ends. What do you think about this? January just around the corner. Incest January.
You've been pitching this for 3 years now, okay? I want you to give it a break, okay?
It's got to happen. And we can spell January with an I because like old Latin, whatever. I-J, same thing.
Is this from you just watching Temple of Doom recently? Or Last Crusade? Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, fucking real indie heads would get it. They'll get a real kick out of that, Okay, not Incest January. We already did kids. Fuck.
We haven't done robots.
No. Oh, hey, look, there's a whole section over here. Micro hard to kill. Okay. Are these
VHS tapes or beta? I don't think I can play these.
No. Yeah, fuck. I wonder if we can rent a beta player or something.
This one's in Japanese. I can't understand what this is.
There's a light on behind those saloon doors over there. I don't know what's...
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
Hello?
Is somebody in here?
Yeah,
we're trying to rent movies.
Don't fucking touch my ball. Do not move my fucking ball.
Watch out for the ball.
Okay.
What did you see? What aisle it went in?
You better not have been 7. There's a fucking mouse on that aisle. It's gonna grab that shit.
Please, is it in the incest aisle? Because that's 10 fucking points.
Oh no, shit!
See, look, hey, you got to be within 50 feet of incest, dude. All right, it doesn't count.
All right,
I'm not going down
beers.
like last time.
Hey, who moved the ball?
You don't know how to play fucking bocce ball, dude. That's what the I in bocce ball stands for.
I
incest.
accidentally stepped on a ball over here. I think I kicked it down a little far.
Damn it!
Sorry. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
God damn it!
Oh wait, shit! I know you guys.
I'm throwing again. Shit! Holy fuck!
Yeah, what's up? Hey, Bones. What's up, man? How you doing?
Is this your friend or something, Mouse?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right here. You should introduce me.
Oh yeah, hey Bones, this is Murph. What's up, man? Hey.
Hello.
All right. Well, there's 2 other of us here.
That's Murph.
What the?
Listen,
I see what your guys' role is. Okay,
listen,
I get it.
Okay,
Bones introduced me to Greg and Murph.
Hold on a second. You both know fucking Greg, okay?
Yeah.
Where?
He was my machete master. We met him down in the aisle.
Right, yeah. I gave you guys you guys all passed my machete class, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, machete class, yeah.
Well, I'm back on dry land, so I say machete.
Right.
I've fallen into that habit. I'm sorry, Sensei. But I can't believe you guys weren't keeping touch with him, so now hold on. I think I have everybody's name here. Machete Greg, meet Kron. Kron, meet Machete Greg.
Hey, good
Machete
to meet
Greg,
you.
meet Laundry Dan. Laundry Dan,
Hello.
meet Machete Greg.
Howdy.
Yeah.
You guys want a mojito?
I am not done with fucking introductions, dude.
Oh, sorry.
I love a mojito, though.
Yeah.
Thank you, Murph.
Yeah, but thank you. I will take one
Oh,
too.
so you do know his name. You guys know each other.
I don't
He
know
just
who I'm
introduced me.
receiving
Just make
this
a
mojito
picture.
from.
Just make a picture. We don't need individuals.
I'm going to go find my fucking ball, all right?
Just a fishbowl and 5 straws. That's all we need.
Are you guys looking for something specific here today?
Kind of just perusing. We're trying to get some ideas for different themes, horror movie themes, but I don't know. I find the way this store is laid out is a little confusing. It's half puppet movies.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Is this under the Dewey Decimal System?
Yeah. How is this you guys organized here?
No kings, no gods, dude. Freeform.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We apologize for the puppets. It's a in progress of getting out of old stock.
no, I mean, hey, if I can, is there a month that rhymes with puppet? I don't know. We'll think of something that might work out okay.
Do you guys have Manhattan on Laserdisc?
Is that the Bond director, Woody Allen?
Mm-hmm. That's
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have that in the back with the Mission Impossible as well.
Most of the laser discs that we have are just 4 CDs glued in a circle.
It works. It doesn't seem like it does, but it does.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit, okay.
Are they the same movie?
Just pay. Just pay up front.
It's kind of like Fight Club. You might get an insert of a sex scene every once in a while. You know, watch out for the cigarette burns. But they're real. Kron put his cigarettes out on them.
Why is my ball so hard to find? I painted a nipple on it.
Does anybody want a cigarette?
You guys want to get in on this bocce game?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I think, yeah, sure.
I don't know if I can play. I'm not 75 years old.
This is fucking hardcore bocce, dude.
Murph, you get 3 of these mojitos in you, you could play anything.
Putting money down on this, or what are the stakes here?
Oh. We like to cut each other.
Whether or not you get to leave the store. Kind of
give
like
you a free rental.
Might be a curse involved.
Well,
I don't know.
I actually thought the exit was right there, and then when I turned around, it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a whole nother wall of movies.
That's right.
Yeah. Welcome to 5-day rentals.
It's hell. Well, if you guys are staying, we got a bucket of mojitos coming. We got bathroom beers galore. So we might as well put on a little flick tonight. I think it's that time of the year to where we can start watching horror movies. So this week on 5-Day Rentals, it's Near Dark. Welcome back, folks, to 5-Day Rentals Podcast. This is the video store podcast where each week we take turns picking a flick that we think meets a fun non-genre category. This week's category is the start of apparently everybody's favorite time of the year, the spooky season. And this week's pick is Near Dark. I'm your host, Laundry Dan, and I'll be taking you through this vampire western we have. But I can't do it alone. I would also like to introduce you guys to my 2 favorite co-hosts. They are, small guys and big bodies. It's Kron and Bones. How are you?
I think small in a big body would be better than big in a small body, right?
Yeah, you'd be all cooped up in there.
Because you're still getting laid, and number one, you're a big guy, you're gonna get laid.
Yeah, but you've got the functions and attitude of a child.
I have
you throw a fit when you don't get laid.
I have the excitement and veracity of a child.
I haven't.
And that's what you lose later in life.
You're saying better a Robin Williams as Jack than a Homer.
100%.
Okay, I think I can agree. Yeah,
Jack got his rocks off, dude.
Yeah.
And
plus, it's like every kid's fantasy of if I looked like an adult.
His fucking mom was Diane Lane.
Yeah.
Hi, Dan.
I think the best would be like a Benjamin Button scenario, right?
Fucking Brad Pitt gets all the cool shit. It's fucking unfair.
So, in your dream scenario, you turn into a baby and start sucking on your girlfriend's tits and then die?
Oh.
That's how you end it?
Oh. I am now.
All right.
My old wrinkly mouth just gripping a tit.
No,
as I shuffle
old,
off this
Kron.
mortal coil.
No, you start old and you die young.
Okay, but you start old as a baby and then you die young as an elderly man.
He just changed his whole movie.
So that's a reverse Benjamin Button.
Yeah, no, that's the progression that it should go.
Yeah.
Is
Guys,
he big or small when he dies?
He just fucking went over this. You honestly, right now, are in a curious case of Benjamin Button.
Well, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that titty thing Murph said.
He starts and ends small. He's not like born at like 5'10", you know.
But he's wrinkly.
That's true.
Right.
That's why it failed at the box office.
And Fincher never made another movie.
Never recovered. Yeah.
We'll see. Guys, if you're hearing those other two voices, you should be. Because I have two other nomads with me this fine evening. This fine autumn evening. From what I hear, they've been drinking pumpkin spice latte all day. And I'm so happy they're here to join us tonight. Please welcome Machete Greg and Murph from the Weekly Podcast Massacre. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Laundry Dan. Thank you, Bones. Thank you, Kron. Nice to be
excited to be here.
Yeah.
We here at our show, we love what you're doing. We listen every week. Sometimes I have to stop and watch the movie, but I like it. I mean, you guys live the ultimate podcast life. Every week for you is spooky season.
Yeah, man. We can't get enough of it. We're a little like kind of crazy that way. We like, spooky things. I kind of wish it was like Halloween every day.
I think everybody
does.
As
we found out in Nightmare Before Christmas, that is not possible, Greg.
Yeah, true.
I thought Greg was going to break into song for a minute.
Halloween every day. I don't know. I can't do it.
Well, it is a big heartfelt thanks for coming on. Please tell the people where they can find you guys each week and what you're doing over there.
Yeah, every week it's just the Weekly Podcast Massacre is the name of the podcast. We're on. I'm still on X. We don't promote it on the show anymore, but I still use it every now and then. But at Weekly Massacre, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, wherever you get it, that's where it's at. And I mean, look, it's remarkably similar to this show. Just I've said this before. It's 5 Day Rentals without any of the humor. But we have a different theme every single month. The more alliterative, the better. But we break down like subgenres of horror movies.
I'm going to argue the humor element. There were some big chuckles in that Prince of Darkness episode. You guys were going some places that 5DR definitely loves.
I did. I think when I posited my theory of what the goo is, I was channeling you guys. Yeah.
Nice.
I will say that Murph made a Friday joke. I can't remember what fucking movie it was. That cracked me up, dude. That was a fucking good one.
Yeah, I made like a Friday After Next joke.
Right. Yeah, because we're talking about Friday the 13th, and you're like, Friday after
3. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was on your guys' when you did the thirds or whatever it was.
Right. Oh, yeah, 3 Lie. Yeah.
Three
the cleanest portmanteau. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know the months of the year. That's how I know I'm off of Weekly Podcast Massacre.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is like you guys aren't just watching the run-of-the-mill stuff. You will mix that in there, but you guys are, like you said, the subgenres. You're dipping into stuff, older stuff, deep. Obscure stuff. Yeah, that I've never heard of. So
it used to be a little more like we started out with a third co-host who had to take a break. An indefinite break, sadly, but like she was bringing some real ethereal themes in there too, like mushroom horror, and she didn't really give like a further explanation as to what that was, but we made that work, Yeah.
We just wrapped up Satember, which is our month-long dedication to Satan movies.
Yeah. That's our staple, I think.
The Evil sounded great, so sounded like you both
Evil's fun,
loved
man.
it.
I genuinely did love I've been thinking about it a lot. And I just so happened to go see Videodrome. I saw a screening of it at a local theater here, and there's a big poster for The Evil, like featured prominently in one shot of that. And I was like, oh, fuck, yes. Like, even Cronenberg, man, he's paying tribute. Yeah.
It's a beautiful show. Like I said,
you.
Thank you. Keeps me entertained every fucking week. More than these two guys I'm with. You guys got room for a third, maybe?
I mean, hey.
Hey, do you know how to edit?
No, fuck that bones. My one rule for this was I'm not editing shit. But gentlemen,
But you say shit as though you're editing. That's like the, you know what I mean?
Edit that out, Bones.
Okay.
We're in spooky season. Apparently, this is the cool thing to do in October.
Dan, this was your idea.
Yes, it was. I'm getting into the movie, Kron. Before you start blaming me for everything.
Acting like we're following the pack or something. This was your suggestion.
You agreed.
Yeah, I fucking love.
In defense of Dan, we decided it like 8 months ago, so it was.
It's true.
It seems like all the other shows are following Dan. Kron, back him up, dude.
All right, you're right.
Be a fucking team player.
Nobody's ever covered horror stuff.
Kron, our guests cover horror every week.
Yeah,
and it was just a reason so Bones can pick another fucking 90s action movie.
Yeah, but they don't say spooky a lot.
Spawn is fucking spooky as fuck, dude.
You're telling them right here, not me. This is You've seen him talk, guys. And don't bow down to him. Don't say spooky for like the next 5 episodes, please.
All right. Yeah, no problem.
Well, we're going to have to cross that out of the scripts that we write for our podcast.
Yeah. And we were covering spookies next, so I think we might have to re-record sometime. Yeah.
Fuck. That's true. But yeah, it is spooky season. We're doing one. We got 3 movies lined up for you. Our first guests are the Weekly Podcast Massacre. I think we got the horror drafts coming in next week. And we got Best Little Horror House in Philly with George and DK from Nerds, Geeks, and the Kitchen Sink coming in as well. But it's not about them. It's about us right now. I put out the category to these guys, and they were, like I said, beautiful, beautiful men to join us. And I said, pick a movie, I'll plot it. And they came back with Near Dark from 1987. Directed by the one that got away, said James Cameron. Pretty.
He said that 12 times, I think, right? He's on wife number 7, I think.
Is he? Is this a joke?
No, he's had a shit ton of
something
wives.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got Titanic money.
Yeah.
No one's as perfect as the ocean. Dude.
I think his current wife it was in Titanic, right?
Something like that, yeah.
I think she's
Leonardo
the daughter.
DiCaprio.
She's the daughter of the old broad.
What? Did he marry the old one first and then her?
Well, you marry her so you can get that necklace.
He was married to some chick, I think, before Bigelow, and then he was married to Bigelow, and then
he's married to his like producing partner, Gail Ann Hurd. Yeah,
and Linda Hamilton was in there at some point.
Yeah.
He was engaged to the Baltic Sea for a very short amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before he settled on Atlantic, or Pacific. Where's the trench? Which trench did he go down?
He went so deep, he was where all the oceans meet.
And there, yeah.
So,
you think he makes this newest one like paint herself blue?
Which is actually kind of funny that this director also directed a movie called The Weight of Water.
Yeah. That's right. And it is all about like an abusive piece of shit husband, I think, right? Like
yeah.
A murderous sort of like, yeah.
Sean Penn, abusive? Yeah. No.
He's
not
a hero.
Possible.
He saves people. I think she kind of wanted to probably Blue Steel his ass after the divorce.
Did you guys cover Blue Steel?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We will.
But what a movie that only a woman could direct. The pitch. She's like, there's a guy. He finds a gun. He gets obsessed with it and starts killing people. It's perfect for her. I've actually watched 3 Catherine Bigelow movies this year. Nobody clapping for me?
How brave.
Mm-hmm. I think
Thank you,
she is like the one female director any given male cinephile can like name, right?
Dean's an ally.
I support.
He threw a bocce ball right through that glass ceiling, just for her.
I'm not getting paid for this. And yes,
and I'm not cleaning it up.
You came back with Near Dark. I was kind of surprised. Good pick, my book. I figured you'd want it for your own show.
Well, we had a conversation, and we each came with 3, and then did a random number generator. So this is what it landed on. I'm actually very happy because it was one of my picks, and I'd been meaning to find a reason to go and buy this guy. So I actually, got the Near Dark German import. All of it is written in German. There's even a nice booklet that I will not be able to read one single word of. And you have to switch the audio because it is automatically in German.
I used to have a German copy of what was the Ralph Fiennes one she did? The other super hard to find one.
Strange Days.
The 90s.
Strange Days.
What is that? Strange Days, yes. I had a German copy of Strange Days too. Yeah. I did. I lent it to this person I met on Tinder and never got it back when we stopped talking. So,
God damn, they ghosted your Strange Days.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That was probably the whole reason.
That was it. I should stop leading my Tinder bio with own a copy of Strange Days on DVD. Yeah.
I bet she's watching it right now.
Fucking
laughing her ass off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cruising Tinder.
No, she doesn't even have the app anymore. She got what she needed.
She got what he wanted, yeah.
Did you get like 10 minutes into Near Dark before you realized you needed to switch the audio?
Maybe twice I did that, actually.
Okay.
Because it's not mixed the best, and, Adrian Pezdar or whatever, like, kind of mumbles a bit, but, it's... I think this movie... You just gotta vibe with it. It has such a great attitude that whatever's happening, like, yeah, cool, sure, I'll just roll with it.
All right. Well, like I said, I was surprised.
Could I have a lick of your ice cream? Bitte schon, could I have a lick? Please? Bitte, please?
You're saying please. Why are you saying...
It's so hot.
Why are you saying
it's so twice? Hot. I don't know. I was just trying to imagine that guy. Just like a German guy in Oklahoma asking for ice cream.
I'm sure there's
it was
a German
funny in my
guy
head.
in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a ring?
Yeah, it's a phantom ring. It fell, and I didn't want to make a bunch of noise.
Wait, the Phantom?
Yeah. When we covered the Phantom, I bought these guys some Phantom rings, and I use it to keep my wire wrapped up.
Oh my god.
I had that at one point. Man.
Kron, you don't have one at the ready to
I don't.
show to the
it's
camera?
Downstairs. I know exactly where it is.
Sure. He's like,
I do. It's in my hope chest.
I want to see that after the break, God damn it.
All right.
All right, guys. Yes, so we are doing Near Dark from 1987.
Are we? This is the third time you've talked about it.
Bigelow.
Can I actually change movies? Would that be okay right now?
Go for
it.
Okay.
We'll come back in 2 hours.
Will you guys tell us the other two?
Yeah, what were the other two movies that were possible?
Good question.
Was it Tremors 2?
Tremors
right?
2. I think Gremlins 2 was also on that list.
Yeah. Gremlins 2.
I think honestly, it's in my notes.
Yeah, fuck, what was it? I mean, there was like it took like a month for us to pick because we just kept choosing different movies. Eaten Alive, Tobe Hooper's Eaten Alive, I think was one.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Night of the Demons.
Book. And I like to fuck.
It was Eaten Alive. Let's pivot. That sounds fun.
It might, I don't know. Kron watched it a while back, and I was like, I did have it on my list. Near Dark is on my list, so we said we're knocking it out. Do we have anything up front about Near Dark, guys? First thoughts? Any first watches tonight?
Nope. Had seen this one before.
Bones?
I first watched this with you back in the old school days of Netflix DVD.
Oh, right on.
But it was during that time where you and I weren't really getting along.
We're still not.
Oh shit!
I don't know what.
Well, I misunderstood.
The session did not go well on Friday.
I thought when you gave me that spur that I thought that we were good.
No, you sent Weekly Podcast Massacre spurs. You didn't say anything about your 5DR boys. Kron, did you get Kron? You got a spur?
You give me a spur, I give them a spur. That's how like fucking vampire shit spreads, right?
This is why I sat in the van and smoked cigarettes, dude. I can't deal with this.
Shake your legs.
Shake my legs?
Yeah, I want to hear if you got that spur on.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Yes,
ask the guests if they'd seen it. Move on to the guests. Highlight the guests. Promote them.
Guys, are we ready to start the plot for Weekly Podcast Massacre?
You didn't ask them if they'd seen it.
Oh, Greg, Murph, have you guys seen this before?
Yeah, I had seen this. Yes.
I think I watched it first for the Blank Check podcast when they covered Catherine Bigelow, and had to go to Movie Madness, which is a independent video rental store in Portland that has a huge collection, has like a small museum of a bunch of different costumes and decorations. They have Greg, I actually need to send you the picture. I went a couple weeks ago, and they do have the from Naked Lunch,
right? The mugwump, yeah,
the mugwump, yeah, and it's all kind of like tied up with the mask. It's very cool. And the one I remember renting was I guess like 2009 or 2012 Blu-ray that they put out. That was very familiar to like the Twilight cover.
I've seen that on there.
Yeah,
but their like faces look like they're gonna kiss or some shit.
Yeah.
What section was that in?
Well, they have their own like Hollywood directors, so all the big names just have like a big row, and Catherine Bigelow had her own tiny section.
Yeah, that's how Amoeba is organized too. I went to Amoeba this in the past couple weeks and they often have like hard to find, out of print stuff, and the guy laughed in my face when I asked about Near Dark. The fucking like tatted up rockabilly dude was just like, no way, dude, no way, man, get the fuck out.
It's like the biker in the bar in this movie.
Anyway, here's my
he pulls a knife on you.
Yeah.
So look, man,
we got a show coming up, though.
You gonna buy weed or what? Oh. You get Near Dark. It's fucking 12 p.m. What are you talking about? All right. Greg, Murph, I think you know how this works. I am going to try to deliver this plot. These other two are going to interrupt me and tell jokes and do all kinds of shit to stop that. You are on that same playing field. Please, free field to jump in at any time you want. Nobody gets offended when they get interrupted here on 5 Day Rentals. So like I said, if you find anything interesting or you found anything research-wise, or you just got a fucking banger of a joke, throw it in. And if you want to ask Kron if he prefers briefs or boxers, I prefer it.
Boxer briefs. We already answered this.
You can't have both of the best of both worlds. Even though you're getting it right here with 5 Day Rentals and Weekly Podcast Massacre. We start with a mosquito buzzing. We get our main character, Caleb. What the fuck did he say to this mosquito? Because I could not make it out.
Isn't it don't suck? Right?
It sounded like he said mosquitoes don't suck or something. I heard suck.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing.
Like that.
The subtitles are only in German for my copy, so
yeah,
I could not understand half of the movie.
So it was Nick Sucken.
Did you watch a Leni Riefenstahl movie by accident? Are you sure you weren't putting in the wrong thing?
Did you study German for this episode?
Unfortunately not, no. I went to a German restaurant, but it didn't help at all.
Did you tell him that you have a German version of Near Dark?
Also, my research shows mosquitoes also suck blood like vampires.
Did you bring the Blu-ray with you and ask them to read the book?
Yeah.
Can you imagine learning German by way of the guy that does the dub for Bill Paxton? That'd be
hold on. I'm imagining.
That would be
an
interesting voice. I just have to say.
You think he would try to do the Paxton?
You gotta.
I think you do too, yeah.
God, I wish I knew how to say "I got a little dick, it's pathetic" in German. What a
Ich habe kleine Schwanz. Yeah.
Dingleberry? Yeah.
It's just Dingleberry.
Yeah, we've bastardized the word, but...
Das Dingleberry, because it's gender neutral.
Such a beautiful language.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we get our main character, Caleb. He smashes this bug into a blood spot on his arm. He says mosquitoes suck or something along those lines. Caleb drives into town to meet up with his buddies. We get some great shots of the desert landscape here. This is Catherine Bigelow's first film that she directed. Written by Eric Red. He's been on our podcast before. You guys remember?
No.
Kron, give it to me, baby. I
barely remember what we did last week, Dan.
Oh my God. Can you name another Catherine Bigelow movie?
Yeah, Blue Steel.
Another one.
Point Break.
One more.
Zero Dark 30.
God damn it. I knew you were going to get that one. All right. I believe you. Eric Red directed Body Parts for Kron Howard's Nate Hands or Feet. Go check it out. It's out now.
Didn't she do she did like that biker movie before this, I thought.
I think she co-directed that with someone.
Oh, that was co-directed. Yeah, you're right.
I think so.
Oh, with the cowboy from
The Loveless.
Mulholland Drive, yeah.
Is what it's called. Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Her and Mulholland Drive Cowboy directed that, yeah.
Did he have eyebrows when he was directing the movie?
I don't think so. Probably not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kron, you think if I go less than 3 hours, you got to shave your eyebrows?
I'm not agreeing to that. They're
right,
so
agreed.
big, it'd take me a month.
You're not helping yourself. Once into town, Caleb and his friends notice a girl. She's eating an ice cream cone.
Right before the girl walks in, though, Caleb is asking for a beer from his friends. So we find out that he's a mooch.
Yeah.
And he doesn't support his own bad habits, as they say.
He's already a parasite. Right.
Yeah, it's just really setting up his character very early on.
So you guys fucking hated him from that point?
Yeah, fuck this guy. Yeah.
What if he was
very
underage?
Handsome. And that's why I hate him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, just the energy with him and his male friends. It's like they're fucking super, like, just aggressive with each other right off the bat, you know?
Do you think at any point during this, he was like, God, I should have let the other fucking guy go up to her?
No. No regrets.
No.
What?
I mean, worth it.
He regrets a lot throughout this movie, I think.
But you go through a lot when you find the love of your life.
Right.
So there's...
Or even
there's
just a chance
it.
at some strange, you know, like, yeah.
I don't know how you guys could focus on this guy's interaction with that lady eating that ice cream cone all seductively.
Also, I don't think she even licks the ice cream. I think she fakes doing it. Because vampires can ingest food.
Right.
It's just seductive, like, wah.
Maybe you kind of like eat it and then you spit it out. You think they can still taste?
That's a good question.
I would assume it's probably gross to them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He does say the liquor is like donkey piss later. So I'm assuming he can taste that.
And he can't get down that big hunk either. Is that what that was? Big hunk? Candy bar?
Actually, I looked. I think it was an Orbit bar.
Is it a real one?
No, I actually tried to look that up, and there was a whole webpage about like candy and movies, and there's the gum, but I think they just made it for the movie.
It's like Butterfinger will fucking sue the shit out of us. We're making Orbit.
You don't want to piss off Big Mars, dude.
Well, it's funny because a character is named Homer, so if there had been a Bart with his BBs.
Oh, right, yeah. This is the same year as The Simpsons, too. 87, right? It's the first time the shorts came out, I think.
We're learning so much.
Yeah, those Tracy Ullman shorts are far more terrifying than Near Dark.
1987, a banger of a year.
Homer.
Caleb decides he's going to make a move on this young lady. He goes and talks with her. Can I have a bite? I'm just dying for a cone. The girl repeats the words bite, dying. The girl says her name is May.
Wish they would have Lady and the Tramp that ice cream cone.
Yeah. I wish I had like 5 more vampire puns, you know?
Kron, is this how you would approach a lady that is eating an ice cream cone that you find attractive?
Well, I think my eyes would be bugging out of my head comically, so... And I'd kind of like, I'd put my nose up and float through the air over towards her.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me take my Lactaid.
You got to be ready. When the moment strikes, Lactaid. Dan, forgive me. I need to go back because we have the Weekly Podcast Massacre on. You guys get far deeper than us, so I wanted to really bring my A game. So I wanted to try to figure out, on my second watch of this, I was trying to look for some symbology, some character, some stuff before this really gets going. Because this movie really does sort of cook. Do you read anything into his relationship with his friends? Because it's very combative. Right? He's sort of barking orders, and then his buddy comes out, and they kind of start having they start fucking slap fighting a little bit. One guy knocks his hat off. He knocks his buddy's hat off, and they're like about to go to blows.
It really is like the beginning of 2001.
Yeah. It's really aggressive, but we're to understand that these are his friends. And I wonder if this is planting the seeds of the types of friendships and relationships that he can deal with, because later on in the movie, you're partially like, why the fuck is he putting up with a lot of this? But it might be quite parallel to what he was used to before. I was wondering if anybody else caught that.
I mean, like, yeah, he's like the Severin of his own friend group, right? Like, he's like the big showboat, sort of like kind of dominant alpha male personality, right? I guess Jesse's more the alpha male of the vampires, but in terms, there's a pecking order with him and his friends too. You know, it's like they kind of like have a little scuffle over who's going to get to talk to May, and he ultimately like wins out.
Yeah.
So I think it is. Yeah, it's supposed to show like there's like, you know, an animalistic nature to him already. I think it's just like some Catherine Bigelow shit too. It's like the Point Break stuff, right? It's like there's that weird homoeroticism between like men sort of thing going on there too. You know, like there's a pecking order that you like follow.
Yeah.
Like Bodhi is like the top dog in there, right? And here comes Johnny Utah, and he's like weirdly attracted to this, and it has to like try to almost show him up and take his girl and do all this stuff. Like it's some Bigelow stuff. She likes to explore masculinity, which I think is why a lot of like film bros like her. It's because it's like, you know, yeah, man, she's making this about us.
She gets me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You think maybe it's a small town thing?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, yeah.
And maybe he knows how to control horses. With horses, you have to be in total control.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's another reason right there.
Dan, you don't remember when I would just slap the shit out of you just constantly?
I remember when
making
you
go
off,
get me beers and shit.
You remember when you got bucked off every horse ride we went on together? Because you just can't control.
Fuck horses.
Yeah, we're anti-horse on this podcast.
They feel
on on these horse rides, who was in the front and who was in the back?
Well, we started off on the same one, but then we got good enough to where we each had our own horse.
Okay.
Dan was in the front, but they were facing each other on the horse.
It distributes the weight much better, okay?
It was actually a camel, funny enough. The hump in between.
Yeah. Well, that keeps our wieners from touching.
A barrier.
This isn't.
The camel wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Catherine Bigelow directs all these manly fucking man movies, and then she marries James fucking Cameron.
That dude's alpha as fuck, though.
Dude's
alpha as fuck.
He's a feminist though too, you know. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver and Aliens. Fucking Sarah Connor, T2. You know.
Fuck yeah.
Have you seen his outfits recently?
That
he
blue
wears
lady?
pretty much the same thing.
He's like one of those Einstein guys of like he saves brain power by
a skate brand or something like that. It's like very weird.
Motocross. He wears Moose and Fox. Yeah, he wears.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, he's on CNN talking about the intricacies of fucking pressure and carbon fiber. Yeah, and he's dressed like a dude who's got a fucking Monster energy drink just 6 inches off camera. You think James Cameron's truck has nuts on the back of it?
I think his jet ski has nuts on the back of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
What if
that gives you a nice rooster tail, man.
What if he's doing all that shit and he's driving like a F-350 getting 7 miles to the gallon?
He feels guilty about it, man.
Global warming, what the fuck is that?
Also, we forgot to lock in scores for Dan.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too. I did think of that as well.
It's kind of becoming a running gag that we do it a half hour into the plot.
Yeah. You get through the first couple scenes and then you do it, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Weekly Podcast Massacre's favorite game, Rate My Letterboxd.
Dan, I'm going to lock you in at a 3.5.
Yeah, Dan, 3.5.
I'm going to be a little optimistic and say 4.0.
I'm going to echo Greg and say 4.
Yeah, right. We're believers.
All right. We will find out at the end of this episode if we ever get there, guys. Jesus! All right, our main girl here, she has the name of May. Her and Caleb chat back and forth. He makes sure to question if she has a boyfriend multiple times. You know, young man, small town. Why not? May makes Caleb stop. Oh, where the fuck am I? May states that she needs a lift home. Caleb introduces himself while driving May home. He tells her that she's pretty multiple times and makes it known that he has no girlfriends. May makes Caleb stop in the middle of the road in his old Ford truck. May shows him the dark, bright night. May tells him to listen to the night. Has this ever happened to any of you guys?
I've never touched a woman, so...
Oh. Okay. All right. We are being brutally honest tonight. Either is Kron.
Yes, I have.
Your mother doesn't count, though.
Yeah.
I'm touching a woman under this desk right now.
What's up, Bean? That's his cat. All right. Caleb tries to kiss her, but she pulls away and points out a star and says that's light leaving. The light leaving that star will take 1 billion years to get to Earth.
What a fucking
she
nerd,
will still
man!
Be on Earth when
God damn, trying to make out with her. She's talking about science and shit.
Yeah,
a real
red flag, dude.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah. We gonna make out or what?
Oh, actually, that light is getting to Earth now. It's how she's seeing it. Fucking Bigelow re-edits the movie and cuts that line out.
He's like, you took all the stars in the universe, and all the grains of sand, you would have wasted your life.
Well, technically, that bitch is crazy. That's Mars. Caleb says that that sounds like fun, and he would like to be there as well. May says maybe, and you haven't met a girl like me.
Another red flag. Another red flag.
Yeah. I do also like, she's like, hey, have you look at that star? And he's like, yeah, it's the first one I saw. Like, can we get to it?
He is coming on very strong, I thought.
It's a little rapey towards in a couple minutes. Like, maybe not rape is the right assaulty is closer.
Oh, I would say it's definitely aggressive, but I think it's small town aggressive because the pickings are very slim. You're like, I gotta lock this down as soon as fucking possible. So I think
push the boundaries a little. Right, Bones?
You know, in Oklahoma, lassoing a woman is just like buying her a drink, at a bar. Like, it's, standard courtship procedure.
50-50 shot on marriage there. Well, he lassoed me. Oh, your heart? No, physically. And now I'm making biscuits for his babies, my babies. Caleb continues to drive May home, but makes a pit stop to show May a horse. And she says, fuck you, I'm anti-horse. No, she doesn't. She says horses are not a big fan of me, and it runs off into the night. Caleb lassos May and starts to pull her in, but he realized that May is stronger than him. Weak ass Caleb.
Red flag number 3.
You would never date a lady that's stronger than you?
No.
You don't want them to pick you up and cradle you like a baby?
No. I don't have that desire. I was a C-section. I have no connection to that feminine desire. No.
So they cut you out and like, I'm never touching that thing again.
I was C-sectioned and formula fed. I have none of that connection. I have none of that desire.
This guy too.
Yep.
That's probably why you desire it so badly. Cause
I desire it in a different way, Kron. Not in a mommy, please. It's more of a let's move on. It's
more like whipping your back with a cat of nine tails.
I'm not trying to get all Caleb here. Yeah.
Kron, C-section, baby, you?
No.
What that head? Are you serious?
Came right out, dude.
Greg and Murph, would we like to share?
C-section.
All right.
I think
had the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck. I was trying to end it in the womb, so
you had enough already.
Yeah,
your life is a gift every day.
I was all natural. I pissed on the doctor within the first minute. I do know that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's alpha as fuck, dude.
Well, fucking C-sections won tonight.
And Greg, you actually start
C-sections as well.
Every doctor's examination like that, right?
That's how it goes. Yeah, that's how you establish dominance. Yeah.
You still want me to cough, bitch?
Hey, man.
Yeah, he's looking down at your chart. So you got a sore throat? What the hell?
Oh, fuck. Caleb tries to kiss her once again, but May starts to ask what time it is and freaks out that she needs to make it home before dawn.
All right, the vamps in this movie have almost no time management skills at all. It seems like it would be the most important thing in your life.
And they're constantly they even wear watches.
They're like, the sun is going to come up in 5 minutes. It's like, you should have been in a building 35 minutes ago then.
Yeah, they don't seem to think to do anything until 20 minutes before daybreak.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have the mindset of, I'm going to buy black spray paint in case I have to spray paint the windows of this car, but you can't buy a wristwatch?
At least steal one off of the, dead corpse that you've just drained.
Did we not have the sunshade visor thing by this point in the 80s? Like the reflective thing that you put up in your windshield to, you know what I'm talking about? They didn't have that technology figured out. That seems like a thing that's always in your fucking go bag.
I don't think NASA had released the secret ingredients for that.
Than 4 square feet of aluminum foil, some fucking spray paint.
when they go into the hotel room, he has it like wrapped up in a blanket, like a knapsack thing. He's like, oh, I gotta take out this tin foil.
The sun is dangerous to them, but also, they get by just like they put a coat over their heads and they're still walking around in the sun too. You know, like maybe it is not that big of a deal to them until I don't know, shit goes down in this movie.
And in defense of the story, I can forgive this one, right? Because we're eventually going to figure out that she was hunting, right? And then became smitten with Caleb and got distracted. So I definitely I can see that in this time. But to Kron's point, it is literally every night that we experience with them that it turns into a fucking emergency, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. To be fair, too, like I put off laundry until like literally I have 0 clean clothes the next day, like every single time. It's like fuck. Like I don't, now it's 2 a.m. and I'm still fucking up folding fucking socks. You
know what your problem is, dude?
You fold socks?
Yeah, you need fold your socks. Crazy.
I fold my socks, Greg. Don't let these heathens make fun of
you. What are you talking? I was going to say
you put the ball.
I was going to say underwear, but I didn't want to get into debate about boxers and briefs again, too.
That's folding. You roll them in.
That's not folding. Would be if you folded a sock in half and then I guess placed it next to its partner sock.
You buy one kind of sock and you never have to choose. You just pull it like in the drawer, pull them out.
Are we still allowed to wear white socks?
No.
I still wear white socks.
Who's
Thank you, Murph.
Look at that gold. Look at that gold toe, man. This guy's fucking springing for the extra stitching.
Brewster's Millions over here with the gold toe sock, dude.
Dan, you're wearing your shoes,
black socks. Man. Black socks, man.
That's what I heard one time. I'm like, nobody wears white socks anymore. I'm like, I wear white socks.
All my Injinjis are like a different color. So to Murph's point, that's the difficult with those is I do have to match them up because there's a right and a left, which is a bummer. It's worth it for that toe display.
Full of gold toes.
Spending $35 on a pair of socks.
They're $14 a piece, dude. You buy 5 or 6 at a time. You get I don't know. I fucking buy 5 or 6. I get free shipping.
How much are they for
a coat? Prepare. They're like $14 or $15.
I haven't spent that much on socks in my adult life.
Yeah, and you probably get 4 or 5 wears out of your cheap ass socks.
Oh, burn! It's a fight.
No,
let's hear it.
This is why poor people stay poor. Okay,
the whole toe is gone. The whole toe box.
Just let it play out, guys. They'll get to the end of it. Kron is winning this argument right now.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck
All
off.
right, let's move on with the plot.
Hold on. I want to know how much the gold toes are for Murph.
Oh, I get them for birthday and Christmas every year. I don't pay anything.
God damn.
Okay, I gamed the system, baby.
I got to agree with that, but still, your fucking toes are all smashed up. You're going to fucking feel that later. You're going to get plantar fasciitis and all this stuff. You got to get that toe splay, man. You got to... Feet are fucking important, dude. Did you learn nothing from Lieutenant Dan?
What are you, Lieutenant Dan, all of a sudden? Lieutenant Bones?
Make sure to keep your feet dry.
I'd be at least a major.
Nah. You would make it to major, but you get busted back down to like E4.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. It'd be 04, dude. They're not fucking taking away my commission, dude. Jesus,
yes, they are. Yes,
isn't
they are. It was that bad.
Yeah, you don't know.
So sad in that movie.
But I won
his
the fucking
one
day.
Defining character is that he takes care of his feet, and then
loses
both of his legs.
The tragic irony. Yeah.
Fuck.
I think Kron's figuring out storytelling in real time. It's fucking awesome.
Well, that's the influence we have. You know,
100%. You guys
are deeper look at.
Holy shit.
You know, yeah.
We learned about C-sections and socks tonight. Thank you for joining us. All right. They take off towards the house. May is still freaking out about the time. Caleb stops the truck in the middle of the fucking road and is like, you know what? Tonight's the night. I'm not fucking around anymore. He says she's going to have to kiss him if she wants to make it home.
I wasted a good lactate on you.
This.
We can see the sun start to come up a little bit. May gives in and passionately kisses Caleb's neck. Makes her way to his lips, back to his neck, and then she fucking bites him. You guys liking this Tangerine Dream score?
It's great.
Love it.
I love him. See, if this was me, I would have never made the move, so I would probably be eaten.
I mean, she could have just fucking killed his ass, and he would have just been found in that piece of shit Ford truck in the middle of an Oklahoma fucking cornfield. That sounds like a song that, country song. Kill me, vampire lady, in the middle of a cornfield.
This song goes out to my cousin who got sucked off to death in a cornfield.
But not in a good way, but in the bad way, because vampires are the problem with this country. That's why we need to stop immigration. Try that in my small town. Woo! Yeah! May runs off through the fields. Caleb gets back into his old Ford, and, well, what do you know? It's a Ford. It's not working.
Fuck off.
He starts to walk home.
Check the engine or anything. He's just like, yep, it's fucked.
He knows his vehicle.
When you know, you know. Yeah.
It looks like he's been driving it since he was 6 years old, so.
His dad drove that one. Or his grandpappy probably drove that one. Fuck. It's a pretty sweet Ford truck, I will say that.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
While he's walking home, he becomes sick. He starts smoking through his fucking jacket. How cool is that? As the sun starts rising.
Yeah, you hide a Marlboro up your sleeve and puff away, dude.
Dad's going to totally know you've been smoking if he sees that from afar.
Smoking jacket? This is fucking Hugh Hefner?
Like, no, Dad, I got bit by a vampire, I swear. He's like, you fucking liar. I'm never going to believe that.
Sounds like a real conversation I had when I was 15.
You're like, look. He's like, that's a fucking hickey, son.
And it's on your wrist, idiot.
Did he ask why it was on your wrist, or?
No, but they would just be like, you smell like cigarettes.
Did anybody ever get caught smoking?
Yeah.
I didn't get caught smoking, but they found the cigarettes in my room.
Same.
I had my weed stash confiscated, yeah.
Wow.
My dad admitted years later he just smoked it all himself, too.
I'm keeping this one, buddy.
That's a
kid by shit weed.
That's a good dad. That's a good dad.
I need to up his allowance.
Greg, you got ripped off, buddy.
This is
I'm
oregano.
grounding you not for smoking weed, but for, the quality of this fucking bud. Yeah.
What are you going to do, call the cops?
Try it. As he stumbles closer to his place, his little sister notices him, and then a large RV rolls through and snatches Caleb right up. His dad also notices, and his sister and him run after this RV, screaming, no luck.
The dad is Tim Thomerson.
I was going to say, it's Doll Man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think he's good in this movie.
He is the best actor
really
in the movie.
He's great.
100%. Yeah.
You're saying he's not good as Doll Man?
No, I don't think he got to do like a ton of, higher profile kind of movie, or like something where he could really play like good emotional stuff. And I think
he doesn't get to like show the
job.
range
Mm-hmm.
that he's capable of.
Yeah.
He does play Loy is his father's name.
It's his best role until Trancers 2, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think he's came on
multiple women.
He's Tim Thomerson, baby. I mean,
it's true. What's it say? 2 or 3 times for 5DR?
Well, we did Trancers, and we did Dollman, and Dollman versus Demonic Toys.
Yeah, Demonic Toys versus
Dollman.
Dollman.
Nightmare of a category.
And Near Dark.
Yeah.
I thought he was in something else.
He's getting up. He's up there with like Sven.
He's appeared on WP. He's an Evil Bong, I think. He's a cameo in that, I believe.
You guys did Evil Bong?
We did.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. We've explored the band cinematic universe too. Yeah.
Didn't you guys try to do Doll Man?
No, we did half an episode about
Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys.
Yeah,
It was so bad. We did Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys versus Predator versus Alien versus Predator.
Yeah. We just stopped halfway through the episode and we're like, "We'll just do a better movie." Like, fuck this. Yeah.
Oh, you guys tapped out, huh?
Yeah.
Well, no, we covered the whole movie and then we're just. Oh,
we did. Yeah. We just yeah. Exactly. We put in exactly as much effort as Charles Band did when he made the movie.
But it was, to be fair, it is not a movie. It's a Christmas television special.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Extravaganza, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Kron, I guess you got to get rid of that one.
Also more like, it's not a movie. It's more of like a spiritual journey, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Lifestyle.
And some sort of like money laundering scheme for Corey Feldman. Yeah.
We get a quick cut to Severin holding his spur to Caleb's throat. "Howdy. I'm going to separate your head from your shoulders, if you don't mind none." Jess Hooker, our head vampire here, tells May that she's put them in a bad spot. Severin asks permission to kill Caleb, and Jess says to get it done quickly. But May runs over and lays herself on the line for Caleb here and states that he's been bit and he's already turned. This strange new group of misfits decides that Caleb will come with them for at least a week to see if he can become one of them.
Fucking Paxton just dominating the movie from second one he's on screen, right?
Well, he asks if I can dance on his face.
Just let me tap dance on him, won't you? Yeah. It's great.
I mean, how much of the movie do you think he's in? Because he's on like the front cover of like at least the letterbox poster that they use. So,
Do we have a film without Bill Paxton? Is this a cult movie without Bill Paxton?
I think it would come close.
Yeah.
With just Lance Henriksen, because he's so good as well. But Paxton is what really sells a lot of the bizarre tone that they're going for. And I can't think of any other big actor that could play that role. I mean, I'm always trying to put him and Bill Pullman against each other, and Bill Pullman could not play this role.
Pullman would, I think, what I'm assuming is probably on the page, would have played it much more straight and violent and the aggressor.
Much more sensitive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
but like Paxton goes for the comedy too. Like he's just like, oh, I can be funny and intimidating. Like I don't have to like do either or, you know.
And he has one of those careers where all of his standout roles are the supporting role.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, hey, same with Henriksen. Henriksen, like we just talked about a fucking Lance Henriksen vehicle, House 3, the horror show, and he does not really work as a leading man. He's like weirdly too intense for that movie, you know, for what they're going for.
When we were talking about that, we left out Pumpkinhead because that's like the other big thing that he is like in charge of. And
but his character in that is a little darker and like you know, kind of more fucked up. Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that movie works though.
Pumpkinhead?
I don't care for that one.
Oh, okay. I'm picking it for something soon. We're talking about it. We'll talk about that soon.
Ooh, I think getting behind the curtains here.
Yeah. I think I was on like Tubi a couple days ago, and there was like Pumpkinhead. I want to say like 4 or 5. Like
they get up there. I know. I know the Pumpkinhead 2 has Bill Clinton's brother in it. That's kind of the only thing I know about that movie.
Kron just added that to a list.
Oh, hey.
That depends on what your definition of a movie is.
Hey, we're making a little spooky movie over here.
If you need someone to play sax for the soundtrack, I got you covered.
This is a vampire movie because I'm here to get sucked.
Doctor told me I couldn't have any, but if you got any whipped cream, I'd really appreciate some.
Will there be cigars at the after party?
Are they flavored?
Yeah, Paxton has this amazing skill of, okay, I'm going to be this amazing supporting character. I can do whatever the fuck I want because even if I suck, I have no effect on the overall movie. But if I make it better, I'll stand out. Predator 2, True Lies, fucking Aliens, right? Like is this the first? Was he in the first Bigelow venture?
No, I don't think. Okay. I don't think he's in the Loveless. No, I think the only person I remember from that movie is Willem Dafoe because he like shows his balls in it. That's the only way I remember. Yeah,
but, of course.
Yeah. I think this is the first collab with Bigelow. Yeah, the only collab. Is he in another Bigelow movie? He's not in like Point Break, is he? I don't think so.
I don't think
Can you imagine him in Busey's role in Point Break?
It's hard to imagine.
Possible, but
Busey
it's tough.
Utah, get me too. Yeah. But is this like? I mean, like that bears like mentioning that this is a lot of the cast of Aliens, right? Jeanette Goldstein, Lance Henriksen, Paxton.
Like Cameron mentioned that whenever she was casting, like, why don't you just use?
Just use this crew. Yeah, they were all together from Aliens. Yeah, exactly.
The RV heads into a large garage, and all the gang, well, they get some sleep. They all snuggle up. May snuggles with Caleb. We cut to Caleb's dad, Loy, asking what the cops are doing to find his son. Back in the RV, the gang is trying to figure out what to do with Caleb.
The fucking lighting in that police station.
It's not that one. Like, it's when he's outside and he's talking about the tire tracks, and he goes, "What are you going to do about it?"
I was thinking of the police station scene. We'll talk about that later. Then,
yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Homer, the little kid, explains that May cannot take care of Caleb. He also says that he's a big man inside a small kid's body.
He's kind of annoying.
The Kron conundrum.
Like, he's annoying in this movie.
He's having fun.
Yeah.
Kron, do you remember him from a 5 Day Rentals movie?
Yeah, I think we just talked. I feel like we mentioned it on the last record, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was a Class of '99. Is that what he's in?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I think he's an aspiring writer-director now.
I think him and his partner, I believe, did Final Girls. It's one of the horror movies a few years ago. They wrote that. So he still writes, yeah.
Yeah, Brantley might have brought that up on that episode, actually.
I did notice on his IMDb, he's one of fucking Tom Atkins' kids in Halloween 3. That was a cool credit.
Okay.
Which mask does he wear?
Probably the skull, right? Because I think like the daughter or whatever gets the witch one or the pumpkin or something.
Yeah, I think they get pumpkin and skull. Atkins kids.
Yeah, all skulls are masculine. All pumpkins are feminine. It's like dogs and cats.
That's why the Clinton was in Pumpkinhead then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey. My lady pumpkins.
Jess decides to give Caleb a week to see if he can become one of them. Severin is not happy about this and goes to have a chat with Caleb. And this is where the gang introduces themselves to Caleb. We have our leader and our ultimate vampire, Jesse Hooker. His main lady, Diamondback. We have everybody's worst fucking nightmare, Severin. And Homer runs in, grabs Caleb's balls, and spells out his name. and says, "I wouldn't want to be you."
Well, that's just an Oklahoma handshake.
Yeah.
You think that was a stunt hand?
All right, for this scene, you're going to grab his balls.
Mm-hmm. Listen,
Maybe
kid, we don't got
stunt balls.
His mom's standing just outside on the set, being like,
yeah, this isn't the Godfather, kid. We're not working with that kind of budget, so you have to get in there.
No, really grab him.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big man.
It's got to read on camera. Yeah.
I was just thinking, do you wonder how this movie would be if Catherine Bigelow was dating, say, like, Ron Howard at the time? Like, who would be in the movie?
Like Howard as
the
Jesse
cast
Hooker.
of Cocoon, basically.
Yeah. Warwick Davis as Homer.
Yeah, it'd be Tom Hanks in the Bill Paxton role.
Wilford Brimley as Jesse.
It'd be the funny Tom Hanks, right? Remember when he was funny in the 80s?
Cookie, yeah.
And it would be Ed Harris as fucking Jesse.
Oh, hey, that actually might work, yeah.
Well, I guess Wilford Brimley could be the dad, then.
Yeah.
The bartender. The RV takes off into the night. Severin steals a pretty sweet station wagon, and the group torches the RV and takes off in that instead. They're a group on the run. They roll into some old factory.
Right, so they never say the word vampire in this movie, right?
Yeah.
We never get, like, crosses. We never get stake in the heart sort of mythology. So,
garlic, none of that shit.
And then, so forgive me, vamps aren't, I mean, in the standard mythology, aren't too keen on fire, right? Or is that Frankenstein? Frankenstein's monster I'm thinking of. I thought, don't vampires have a little bit of an aversion to fire?
I think sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
I think you can burn them, yeah.
Right.
Well, and I mean, as much as any of us might have.
I think it's more like running water is the one that I think they stay away from.
Oh, so this is like signs.
Did we jump past the Chicago fire joke, though?
Yes, we did.
Just thrown offhand.
Remember that fire we set back in Chicago, Jesse?
It.
Yes, there is a Chicago fire joke. Still don't know who did it. So if you have any idea, please call the Chicago Police Department at 808-52. I don't.
We also
were you trying to do the Scruff McGruff?
Yes, I was.
We also kind of break reality with aliens on the movie marquee too when they go into town.
That is true.
Yeah.
He's everywhere in everything that I do. I wish I could have fucking waterboarded him. Like in Zero Dark 30. But Blue Steel's good, right? It's probably my best work.
I mean,
no. Point Break.
It's Point Break, dude.
I'd put him 1 and 2. I mean,
damn.
I don't know what order you pick, but
I haven't seen Detroit.
Yeah, me neither.
I haven't either. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Homer has a bicycle that Severin just throws off the top of the RV, which I think is hilarious. Caleb is not feeling well and tells May that he's not sure what's going on, but he needs to get home, and he takes off. May says you won't make it very far. Caleb makes his way to a bus station. He tries to get a ticket to Lawton, Oklahoma, but he's $3 short, and dude will not cut him a break. Caleb heads into the lobby, snags a candy bar, but cannot keep it down. We get a cop. He comes in and gets a hold of him and asks what's going on.
Yeah. Murph, did this guy look familiar?
Oh, yeah, of course. Mr. Troy Evans. We talked about him recently in some movie. Oh, it was Frighteners. He's in the Frighteners.
Yeah.
But as
he's a cop in that too.
principal in Twin Peaks who announces Laura Palmer's death. I picked this up on the last watch. He thinks he's a gay prostitute, right? Is that what's like? He's hooked on drugs, Caleb? And he's trying to turn some tricks in the bus station.
I thought it was at least like a drug addict kind of thing.
What are you doing in the bus station? You're trying to cruise.
I don't know, Kron. I think I seen a fucking flash of a bandana maybe in his back pocket.
Yeah, what color is that bandana?
Yeah, we'd have to determine the color to know exactly what he's into. Probably why that
might be right.
Probably why that guy came up to him in the first place. He was like,
"Was that really a real badge?"
I can see from your bandana you're into cop play.
Yeah, I saw Serpico.
It's black with a thin blue line through it.
A Punisher skull on the bottom.
Yeah.
I think somebody should make a letterbox list for like attendants that are super hardcore about getting the right amount of money.
After hours.
No
after
breaks.
Hours. In Bruges, there's a guy that's like a real dick about 10 cents or something.
Yeah.
Hey, it's coming out of his pocket.
If you're a vampire who's cruising, by the way, you can color code your Dracula cape. You know. Yeah.
It's coming, guys.
Just
like
I do
everybody
really
on the set of Cruising.
I do really love how, he has a wound on his hand as he's like, messing with Caleb, like Caleb's drawn to the blood and, kind of shocked by his attraction to what he's smelling.
Yeah. The guy just finished giving himself a stigmata right before he approached Caleb. Yeah.
Not right now. I'm at work. Fuck.
When you guys get to the cruising episode, you can just save time by just cutting out every other mention of cruising from every other episode and just stitching it together. You don't have to actually record it, by the way.
You think that will save time?
Cruising's going to be a 6-hour episode.
That'll save time for two of us. So
I was going to say, for two of the three hosts. Yeah.
Bones, any thoughts on Cruising?
Nope. It's a bad movie. We shouldn't talk about it.
When are we going to do it? We just need to one-off Cruising at this point.
We have
5-star bangers.
We have a close friend who is in the community who has offered to do the show with us. But
you think that's a good idea?
No, not at all. And he knows it. I think if we're going to do it, we go all out, and it should just be, the name of the category should be like canceled, right? And let's just pick like 3 movies that we should not talk about. Like what are
Cruising, Sound of
Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could sit through Manhattan.
2 Woody Allens and a.
Character actor Michael Murphy is in Manhattan.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right.
Let's do Cruising.
Phase 4 zone Michael Murphy. Yeah.
A Woody Allen and a fucking Cosby.
Why are we canceling
Ghost Dad?
though?
Ghost Dad.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Who's in Cruising that needs to be canceled?
Well, they tried to cancel Freakin' 4 at the time.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah.
I think, I'm with Greg. We should do Sound of Freedom. I'm going to do a Christian movie category.
I think our DVD players
but that shit's really happening
if we try to watch.
You'll burn in hell like all of us, Kron. Watching Fireproof, Sound of Freedom, and The Shack.
God's Not Dead.
And Prince of Darkness. It's really a Christian movie.
Kurt Warner movie. Finally got a sports movie on the show.
Oh, yeah. What was that one called?
The one with Shazam.
We could do
Underdog.
Passion of the Christ.
It'd be our most violent episode, Kron.
Yeah, that's way too violent for this show.
Should we all just pivot to Christian conservatism?
We would make money.
We get way more downloads.
We would make money, yeah.
I mean, is Passion of the Christ still like the highest grossing R-rated movie ever?
I mean,
it was for the longest time, yeah. Or did like Deadpool beat it? I know Deadpool came close, I think.
Deadpool was pretty big. Joker was pretty fucking big. Didn't it break $1 billion?
Which one?
Joker.
Yeah.
Would Oppenheimer not be up there now?
I think it is, yeah.
Oppenheimer made more money than Barbie?
No. No.
Not Barbie, but R-rated.
Oh, I think worldwide it did actually, right? Because I think worldwide Oppenheimer is fucking doing numbers.
I think Barbie's still crushing.
I mean, probably, yeah.
As it should. Caleb says he's not sure, but the
Kron's an ally.
I'll be honest with you right now. If I'm looking at 2023, which I haven't seen much, Barbie's probably the best thing I've seen so far.
Damn.
Just saying.
It's good. It is good.
Now we'll see. The good times are coming. It's spooky season, guys.
Yeah, the Exorcist reboot's gonna.
Yeah, you haven't seen Exorcist Believer yet, yeah.
Oh, I already got.
I mean, you've none
for
too,
the Killers
right?
of the Flower Moon.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kron, don't cancel your vacay that week.
You could do like Christ is King December on. You could do like. I'm trying to think of.
How about Christ is Cruising? That way we can do
Passion of the Christ, cruising.
Passion.
What does that bandana look like?
Joseph in his Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah.
It's a little crown of thorns you hang out of your back pocket.
It's a white bandana. It has a little red corner with a cross on it.
No, it just has his face on it. It's the bandana of Turin. Yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Caleb. All right, he gets questioned by this cop. Caleb says he's not sure, but the cop ends up spotting him $3, and he gets out of town. He catches the bus, but on the bus he's sick as hell. He gets off the bus and quickly makes his way back to May. She's waiting on him and feeds him for the first time off of her wrist.
This is another vampire thing. Like, the people that turn you have, like, control over you, because she's basically drawing him to her.
Right. But also, if they can just feed off each other, why do they have to, like, drain normal people, you know?
I think you gotta have some fresh blood in the mix, right? Like, she had to feed, and then he's getting, like, some residual new blood from her.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's like incest. You can't, keep doing it, or you're going to have a weird-ass child.
I was going to say it's like Human Centipede. Like, you can only do it for so long before it's unsustainable.
Hey, we're trying to partner with Coke and do Human Centipede across America. Okay, and this.
Yeah.
I think if you get them in a long enough line, why can't it work?
They haven't answered that email back yet. It's really weird.
Well, it's probably like mercury in fish, right? Like the toxins or whatever get like more amplified as you kind of like as you
Yeah, I mean Freddie Mercury
off the previous
hated Fish. The band.
I'm going to email Neil deGrasse Tyson and ask him if every human centipeded could we reach the moon. I feel
Twice
like
over.
That would be a great TikTok, right? Him on Joe Rogan talking about if you lined up every mouth with every asshole.
Is it every person that's alive right now or every person that's ever been alive?
Well, be realistic, Murph.
18 or
be realistic.
Put that out there first.
Well,
we'll pull out the bodies if we need to get to fucking Mars, but
I don't know. Tyson would make the 18-year-older distinct. Didn't he get canceled? Wasn't he outed?
I think maybe there was some personal drama. I mean, there are always personal drama, but maybe it was a little.
I thought it was just he's an asshole.
Well, It was okay. I don't even want to fucking touch on it. So it's bad enough that he's in my fucking algorithm. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson and titties at this point. I had it like I had it on perfect, and I clicked on two things.
Sounds like you're halfway there, dude. You just got to roll off that Tyson stuff.
Are you sure it's not Neil deGrasse Tyson's titties?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't handle that.
Go to Google her the moment he came out of his.
It is amazing how fast titties pollute your algorithm when you just look at
100%
one thing. It's like I look like I am a pervert.
Not even a pair. If you just look at one of them.
Yeah, just a singular titty. Yeah.
It's like I was looking at WWE new, and then it's like, oh, look at the sunlight going through my dress, and you can see my roast beef curtains. You guys don't get those? Okay, silence is a yes on this podcast, guys. Silence is a yes. Caleb feeds as we hear May's heartbeat.
Get him! I've got a whole hard drive, dude. I'm collecting them.
Caleb feels much better after this, and May says, "The night is so bright, it will blind you." Caleb can see it now. The following morning, Caleb's dad wakes up and goes to question the cops again. I believe this is the one you're talking about, Greg, with the cigarette smoke and the coffee and everything.
The sheriff is like in black.
Yeah,
and then,
he is like...
it's the slacks for them.
Oh, yeah. Fucking beautiful, man. Absolutely gorgeous.
That coffee was steamy, too.
Yeah.
You think they still smoke in police stations? They got to.
In Oklahoma, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Come on,
I bet in Oklahoma
now.
They turn off. Yeah, they vape. They turn off their body cam and they fucking vape inside, in between their fucking gangbangs and shit. Cops is horny, dude.
The sheriff here, he seems not to really care. They said they found the RV. It was torched. The cop says your boy might have fell in with the wrong crowd. Caleb's dad continues to search for his son. He just gets up and leaves as the guy pours a cup of coffee. He starts showing some pictures at the local gas station to see if they know who Caleb is or whatever. Caleb tries to call back home, but no answer from his payphone.
Good concerned extra acting in this, like the people coming up and like, no, the nodding and yeah.
You guys remember Collect Calls? I'd like to reverse a charge.
We had a baby, it's a boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Seinfeld?
It's like a commercial.
That was a commercial.
Baby, it's a boy.
We had a baby, it's a boy. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
That might have been before Carrot Top became the...
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I'm not the right age for the Had a Baby, It's a Boy, but I do remember the Carrot Top ones, yeah.
Buff. He's a buff guy.
I wish I could forget Carrot Top.
Doesn't he have... What's his movie? Chairman of the Board?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
God. It's a shame that we only do horror, or we would do that that movie.
That would have been like episode 3.
Murph,
bring it to the
beauty of 5 Day Rentals.
Bring it to the show, baby.
You just fucking let us know, dude. We'll fucking rock Chairman of the Board. Meet the Deedles and Suburban Commando. That's a fucking category right there.
Yeah. Oh man.
Caleb freaks out a little bit. He has a street scream here. May meets up with him, tells him that, or he tells her that he's scared, but she calms him down and says everything will be fine. Caleb asks what they do now. Anything we want till the end of time.
Until the sun comes up.
Yeah.
They share a kiss.
Which is 5 minutes from now, so we gotta go.
Oh, we gotta fucking go. Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but for the next minute and a half, we can do whatever you want to do.
Wait, did you bring spray paint? May says he's got to kill, though. Caleb says he's not a killer, and he doesn't want to do this. May says, don't think of it that way. Use your instincts. So we get some quick cuts here of the gang hunting and feeding through the night. We get Homer. He's laying on the side of the road with his bike. Looks like he got hit. Dude comes up. Of course, Homer pops up and takes his life.
This is why I never stop when I hit kids on their bike.
Nah, me neither.
Yeah.
Never have.
You never know.
The odds of them being a vampire is simply too high. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This whole sequence is like everyone gets a shitty person except for May and Kayla. They get like the nicest guy who's like, I could show you how to drive a truck. You can make your own life.
I don't know. Those girls seem very attractive.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and horny for Bill Paxton.
No, women like that are evil, dude.
Fucking lie.
Believe you fucking lie.
They're easy. You don't want them.
That night went nowhere. Like 2 miles down, he got out. He was like, yeah, no.
Wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Not even worth a kill. As this goes on, May does explain more about the feeding process. We get Severin. He's meeting up with these fine ladies. He gets in their car and they take off into the night.
He's in like leather pants and a very weird white, almost puffy shirt.
Bolo tie.
Loading
Bolo
a
tie.
six-shooter.
Hell yeah.
When is he from? They never really get into that. Is he like Wild West?
I think so, yeah.
I guess he doesn't really say, huh?
With the Spurs, that would make sense.
Yeah. Maybe like Billy the Kid era or some shit.
He's in Tombstone, right? Paxton?
He is, yes.
He's one of the Hurt brothers.
Yeah, plays the same character.
Yeah, I was going to say, same guy.
Vampire.
Yeah.
He's the one that's fascinated with billiards. He can't wait for them to get their own billiard table.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fascinated with billboards made out of bamboo and cloth?
No, fuck off. Knock off, dude. When was the Chicago fire? Forgive me. Was that 18-something? Early 19?
19 something?
19 teens, I think.
Okay, so at least then.
Right.
And
before World War I.
Jesse fought for the South, we find out. So he's... So I'd say maybe obviously between Chicago Fire and Civil War is when Paxton's from.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
Do you think when the cow that kicked over that lantern saw this movie, it was fucking fuming?
Not proven in a court of law, Kron. We don't know that.
They stole my thunder.
Or he got the heat off of her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, take that plaque down. God damn it.
Well, the only reason that cow kicked that bucket over is because Paxton was biting down on her fucking titties.
Yeah. I hate it when they ain't been milked.
Jesse and Diamondback, they're driving around. They pass a spot where they met. They kind of have a little convo about that. They see a hitchhiker. They pick him up. But it's a stick-up, dudes. And as they stop, another dude shoves a shotgun into Jesse's face. One guy starts to get fresh with Diamondback. You're not going to look good. You're not going to look so good with your face ripped off. Hooker tells one of the goons. Then he turns up the radio. We cut to Caleb and May in a big rig. The driver is explaining how to drive the big rig while Caleb is trying his best to work up the courage to kill him.
Kiss him.
It kind of looks like that too. It's clear Caleb cannot do this. He tries to psych himself up, but he just can't. At this time, the trucker's kind of noticing that something's kind of off with Caleb. He gets out of the big rig. Caleb does. He's kind of sick. The driver checks on him.
Driver's like laughing though. He's like, I can't drink and drive. Ha 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 ha.
He starts shit talking him a little bit, and that's when May comes up behind and bites the driver. We get a quick cut of Caleb feeding off May again. He's got a wicked smile on his face.
Also, the driver, he's killed in like the oil derrick field, right?
Yeah, well, that's where he's feeding now, and I think this is some of the best, just like shots of the movie. There's lightning off in the distance. We have, the oil pumps that are draining the life out of the earth.
Research shows vampires also drain life out of things. Yeah,
the wicked smile that he has on his face as like when he's done, even after she's telling him like, you could kill me. And he just doesn't seem to care. He's too high from all of it, from being in love, but also having that person that will give you everything of them.
And I think he's fucked up from like the blood of that truck driver, because that was like spiked with some,
amphetamines.
Exactly. Yeah. He's credited as Cajun truck driver, but I didn't hear him like mention Gumbo or the Swamp once. So
How
I'm not
many
sure why.
pea jugs do you think were in that truck?
At least 6.
That's what he's hauling.
Yeah, that's all that's in the fucking back end.
I just carry my piss around the whole United States.
I've peed everywhere, man. I've peed everywhere.
May has to rip Caleb off of her and explains that he can kill her if he takes too much. Caleb just has a giant bloody smile on his face. He's loving his new lifestyle, baby.
Score's great as well. Like, again, Tangerine Dream just knocking out of the park.
All right. I think, gentlemen, that's where we will take a pee break. Welcome back, everybody, to 5 Day Rentals. We are right in the middle of Near Dark here on the first movie for the category Spooky Season. Pumpkin spice lattes, sweaters. I don't even think any leaf has hit the ground yet, but it just feels so good. So
it has for me, buddy.
What leaf hit the ground, Kron?
When I knocked over my tray, dude.
What are you? I don't know what you're talking about. You already raking over there?
Oh, you fucking Squaresville, dude.
I thought you just ate a gummy now.
Not me, dude. Old school.
We went on a family walk the other night, dog and all. And we rolled by a car, and there was just a lady just going to town on a joint, like windows down. I'm just like, right on.
Minding her own fucking business.
Just getting it. I was like, fuck yeah.
See, that's why I like spray paint in a paper bag. Just huff it.
Talking my language, dude. You trying to blast off after this record's done?
Oh, you know it.
I thought you were going to say that you spray paint your windows before you hotbox it so nobody knows, The trick is to just go through the car wash, man. Just go through the car wash.
Folks, if you're finding yourself listening to this, you're in the middle of Near Dark, go back to the fucking beginning.
Murph does start smoking his joint 5 minutes before the sun comes up, so he's got to black those windows out.
Can you imagine not being in the sun? Like, you just can't do it?
Yeah, it'd be fucking great.
I'd love it, yeah. Why do you think I moved to Portland? 8 months out of the year, you don't get any sun here.
Greg?
Nah, I'm a little bit anti-sun myself, yeah. I know. Yeah, I live in California. It's tough, but not really a fan.
But you live in LA, which is a nighttime city, right? You still have a vibrant shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's still stuff to do. In the Midwest, everything closes at 6 o'clock, so.
Yeah. I mean, I work in post-production. I don't see the sun.
Not me, Dane. You gotta sun soak your asshole in perineum to let Mother Earth into your body.
Get your vitamins.
Yeah, a good Saturday afternoon. You go out there, you just spread right open.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might get a ladybug in there every once in a while, but you're feeling.
I preach spreading your toes, and I get fucking shit on. Earth. You guys are talking about spreading your fucking assholes like it's gospel.
You absorb the nutrients faster that way anyway, right?
Yeah.
Bugs are protein. Yeah.
We are here with the Weekly Podcast Massacre. They were kind enough to join us for Near Dark. They're probably regretting it now. But, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on and spending your time here with us.
Oh, you think they were regretting it after that ladybug in your asshole bit we just did? Yeah, I'd say so.
I can't find the door to leave, so we might as well talk about this movie.
Right.
You got to crawl through a vent around here, so.
I have to lose a little weight before I can fit in one of those, so.
Oh, Bones will teach you how to punch through walls. That's what we usually do.
Fuck yeah.
Do you have any grease? Maybe that'll help.
Nah, grease ain't my fucking shit. That's Dan's shit.
We all know that was the category you guys failed the most on. F's and F's, by the way. I'll remind you for an eternity.
I don't know. I think Secret Views passes any and all criteria.
Thank you.
Right?
You guys could cover the Greasy Strangler on Weekly Podcast Massacre, I think.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've heard good things, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, also have not seen that yet.
Yeah, just go in dry. Don't.
Because you won't come out dry.
Let the grease come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of car washes.
It'll have its day.
Yeah.
Folks, Caleb's sister is very upset. So her dad decides to call the cops again. The cops inform her that Caleb was seen at the bus station. Well, he decides to head that way, see if he can find out what's going on with his boy. Good dad. Fucking good dad here, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Would your dad try to find you?
To beat my ass.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He's bringing me back to kick my ass.
I told you to milk the cow before you went anywhere.
You got to give these shots to these sheeps.
My dad didn't get where he's at from not following through. If he owes me an ass whooping, I got the ass whooping. All right? Made me the man I am today. Standing up during this record because I can't sit down. I can't spread my asshole to get my nutrients.
You should.
Scar tissue, man. Brutal.
The gang are on a train now. And they're not happy with Caleb. He's not killed yet. Severin says that Caleb has one more night or they'll kill him. Homer says, just kill him right now. He's not one of us. Jess says...
He also says he's so damn ugly he makes my gums ache.
That's not true. Caleb is a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
There's some scarage, but he's very handsome.
I mean, if I was May, I'd be attracted to Caleb, I think.
I get it.
But you're also a vampire, so...
I mean, if she can't have Jesse, she's going to have... I was going to say, if she can't have Jesse, because he's... I mean, Lance Hendrickson is... Damn. That's a good-looking dude.
Yeah. That ponytail on him in this, yeah.
Well, again, I think the scar adds something. Like, it's the certain je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
And in this movie, I think Lance Hendrickson is lit so perfectly. Like, there's so many times he just kind of walks into this lighting kind of coming down. You only see half of his face.
Yeah.
He's super skinny.
This or Stone Cold? What's the better Hendrickson villain performance?
You get more of his body in Stone Cold. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I would take Stone Cold over... I mean, I feel like he's just more animated in Stone Cold, so...
Yeah. Plus, he's acting off of the Boz. So I think he kind of stands out more. Yeah.
Can I pivot to Alien 3, where he's like half of a Lance Hendrickson?
God, don't.
Oh, yeah.
Let me finish the record, Murph, before you bring up Alien 3. Jesus.
Take that fucking harmonica outside. All right, Jess says he must kill tonight or he's dead. We get a great fucking shot here of the gang coming up the hill with the fog and all that. And they head into the local bar. They bust in. Well, I'll be goddamned. Shit kicker heaven. As the music gets pumping. Severn heads over to buy some drinks for him and Caleb. He knocks over a guy's shot. And things look like they're going to get hairy. But Severn quickly calms the situation with a great Buffalo Bill joke.
Another, like, cowboy moniker. Like, oh, he probably knew Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, he tucked his dick between his legs and was like, oh, fuck me. Holy shit. But no, he does take the beer. Puts the foam on his chin.
If I was a vampire, I'd suck me so hard.
I did write it in my notes. Prepare for 5 minutes of Buffalo Bill jokes.
Well, we can make up some time and move on.
What's she, a great big vamp lady?
Why's your teeth so weird? Say, are yours out of 6 or a 7? Severn gets lippy with the bartender here. The bartender says that there's 2 ways you can leave, on your feet or on your back. Do we recognize this bartender? He's the same bartender in Terminator 2. Or no, Terminator.
The patron is in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
But I've never noticed. I didn't notice the bartender.
Forgot to say please.
Oh.
Also in Pinocchio's Revenge.
He is in Pinocchio's Revenge, yes. Thank you, Kron. Applaud yourself. Pat yourself on the back.
Sorry it keeps coming up. I mean, it's kind of the connective tissue of this podcast.
I don't think you're sorry at all.
Don't worry. Puppets 2 is coming.
Great frontal nudity. I'll say that. Severn says...
And not just the puppet, Greg.
Okay.
Would you guys ever do a puppet month?
Oh, a month
I'm
of it?
so glad
Probably.
you added months to the end of that.
I think
we could probably fit enough in there.
Yeah, oh, totally. What's the Anthony Hopkins one? Magic? We do Magic.
I think we could make a case for, like, Bicentennial Man.
Yeah.
I think that's a real horror, like, deciding to turn into a human.
We did Pin, right? What did we do? Oh, that's like sibling horror, but yeah.
Yeah.
Pin's a good puppet / like doll movie. Yeah.
1988. Kron got mad at me for that one.
For Pin?
Yeah.
Was that one direct-to-video?
I was gonna pick Pin, and Dan just watched it like right before the category.
Because I know that I need to watch these puppet movies and log them so he can see that, so it ruins his plans.
It's a preemptive strike, yeah.
It just leaves us with a shittier pool of puppet movies, so...
Fuck.
No, but we can absolutely do a puppet category someday. I mean, yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, if you guys ever want to guess, Kron Howard is the puppet man.
I think you just bring all 3 of us on for the puppet episode.
No,
I'm all right.
Me and Bones are fine. We'll sit back and enjoy that episode in the leisure of our car.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I would love to be on the show, guys. So
you heard it here. Severn says, if you're not going to sell me a drink, I'll drink his. He slams this shot of the guy next to him and spits it in his face. I do this at every bar I go to. He pulls Caleb's into the guy's punch and says, "Hit him again. I'm trying to show the kids something."
The guy does too, doesn't he? Like hit him a couple more times.
Just like, oh shit, okay, yeah, he's into it.
He grabs Caleb. He says, "Now hit him back." Caleb knocks this dude the fuck out. Did I do that? Jesse starts flirting with the waitress. "You know your skin's as soft as a preacher's belly."
What the fuck does that mean?
Diamond. What does that mean?
Yeah.
You never touched your preacher's belly?
No.
You didn't get molested by your
You weren't
preacher?
raised,
No.
yeah, you weren't raised Catholic?
What's wrong with you? You're not normal.
Well, a
You're
preacher
not normal,
would be a
dude.
Baptist leader, right?
Hey, been
not
touched by
not
the Lord.
all of us were as pretty when we were young.
Yeah.
Okay, like, got to take that into account.
Yeah.
I blossomed later in life.
I don't know if that's what they were looking at.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think they want you blossomed yet. Yeah.
I think they wanted your face forward, not looking at them. Shame on you, Catholic Church. Yeah. Diamondback pulls her butterfly knife. She's pretty good. Pretty good with this knife. And quickly slits the waitress's throat. They
Is
fill
a butterfly knife useful? Like, isn't it just a slower, like...
The idea is you can open it with one hand.
Yeah, but you could just have a knife that's open. I mean, you got to
I
do
think
a whole thing.
Part of the idea of it is that it has that latch, so it's in your pocket. You're not cutting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It looks fucking
I think that's
cool.
like part of it. Yeah,
You don't need
and it also
a
just
sheath.
looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need
It's
like
theatric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when the shit really hits the fan, I don't know if you want to be out there performing for the crowd, you know?
You're killing a waitress. You're not fighting fucking gladiator style.
Well, you might be. I'm taking on big dudes, man.
The silence that follows killing the waitress, like Bones, you said at the end of the last episode that this, not very spooky pics with these movies, but that when the waitress gets killed and the way everybody kind of just like watches, that is genuinely fucking scary, I think. It
cuts to Homer and he's just kind of like dancing. He's been on the table. Right. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but he has a shirt with a guy's face on it. Do you guys know that's William S. Burroughs?
Oh, shit.
Like the poet?
Speaking of Naked Lunch, yeah.
Yeah, the beat writer.
Or the author, I guess.
Yeah, who would have still been alive at this time. Yeah. So I just thought that was like, it's a really weird character thing to have.
Narrator of the 70s release of Hexen, which we talked about on Weekly Podcast Massacre. Check it out.
I like that we go into this bar and it's just bikers who are automatically considered like hardcore, crazy ass fucking people from the get-go. And then you enter this band of misfits who is just an Everest above the craziness that what you think these guys are. Like, we're going to outdo this 100%. You guys ain't got shit on us. So I think that's a really cool element.
And then there's a teenage farm kid or something.
Yeah.
Like super young. Who just like shakes in the corner while everything's going down.
I mean, he ends up being pretty badass though with his exit from the bar, we'll say.
I mean, this kind of comes back to the trucker thing for me though, is like why the group of shit kicker like bar regulars that are clearly at a bar at, I don't know, 5:20 a.m. on a weekday. Like, you could be taking out the family from Succession or something. Like, you could be doing net good for the world, but you're fucking preying on alcoholics, essentially.
I mean, look, who knows how many like battered housewives they're saving by taking out these dudes, right?
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, and you bring up a big thing for me in this movie, like when May says to him, like, when he asks, what do we do now? And she says, you can do whatever you want, right? Like there's a glamour to a lot of vampire stories in that if you have the ability to live forever, like the Highlander effect, you would be able to amass some wealth and intelligence, right? And this story is doing the opposite. These are the nomadic fucking shit kickers within this mythology who can't get their shit together. So they have to run within this cycle, right? Because if they punched above or bit above, they would probably bring way too much heat, right? And that was a big issue with my first viewing, was like, man, they're so fucking dumb. But this set piece in particular, like this set piece, it's an understatement to say, like, this is the movie, right? This is the best part of the movie.
I mean, this and the hotel thing, like, those two
I
set
think
pieces.
This tops it. This is like 10 minutes. But it's just it's a slow, constant build. When me and Greg were talking yesterday, I was comparing it to, you know, kind of like Inglourious Bastards. Like there's that scene in the beginning, and then there's the scene in the bar with Fassbender. But like just that like continual waiting, like, you know, bad things are happening, because these guys are on a higher level of the food chain. They can do whatever they want, but they're also bad at time management, so they're not able to amass this wealth. Like, they need a project manager, or, you know, someone to come in and be like, look, I've got a spreadsheet, I've got a schedule for us, like, we're gonna get there, you're just gonna have to, like, you know,
we'll get to the point where you're Dracula sitting in a fucking castle, right, with like all this like opulent shit around. But yeah,
trust in the Excel, come on. All right, at this point, all the bar patrons are now aware that it's time to leave. We got Homer, he's dancing around having a good time. The bartender is growing very uncomfortable at this point and pulls the shotgun. Severin grabs a biker and tells him he humped his mom, and the biker starts choking him. Severin plays along with this before he squeezes the biker's head till I think he breaks his neck.
Steals his sunglasses. I love that.
Yeah.
Takes his glasses.
Like, this guy's wearing sunglasses in a bar at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah. It's just, I think Fever, the song Fever, is playing under all this too. It is, yeah, it's fucking cool.
I think that's like when he starts biting him. I think that's when it kicks in.
Right. Also, Lance Henry, they drain the waitress into a beer mug, which is fucking gross. Yeah.
And he slams it on the table and it just flies everywhere.
He also has the great line. It was like, what do you people want? He's like, just a bit more of your time, approximately the same as the rest of your life.
Yeah.
As he grabs this biker's head, he feeds on him. And he pops up. I hate them when they ain't been shaved. And he feeds. This was ad-libbed by Mr. Paxton. Caleb is a little freaked out as well. Severin pulls up after a long drink. It's finger looking good. Hey, Jess, that one smelled like a dead polecat. The bartender blasts Caleb with the shotgun. It's a kick, isn't it? Says Severin as he hops on the bar and goes after the bartender as he struggles to reload his shotgun. You having a little trouble with your hog leg there? Severin slices and dices the bartender with a spur. Diamondback and Homer go after another biker. Homer shoots him dead. May goes after the lone pool player and dances with him.
Well, it's he's the last one left, and Jesse, in like, again, great lighting, is just looking at him and then looking at Caleb and kind of nodding. And May knows that he still needs help with the feeding, so she wipes, the blood off of her mouth. And I love her just, slow walk up, and she seems so much dirtier than any time we've ever seen her. Like, it seems the most unattractive. Like, we really seen the reality with that, like, Caleb earlier, I'm horny. Like, she's glowing almost under that light.
Dancing with this kid here is almost just as like sick as anything else like the other vamps have done, you know. Like amidst all the carnage to be like, I'm gonna have this little weird romantic moment or whatever.
I'm gonna comfort you before I kill you.
Right.
Well, it also shows she fits into this group because you kind of thought maybe she was an outsider.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's far more effective when she's being darker than she I don't know whether it's the performance or writing. Personally, I'm not buying. Like, I don't see what Caleb sees in her. There's a dullness to her that I couldn't connect to, but in these moments, I think she's good. She's good. She's
Kron.
she's good in the movie.
Kron, what were you saying?
Idiot! God damn it!
Oh, I was trying to figure out because I rewatched this scene if she was like kind of trying to like make Caleb jealous or like get him, you know. I don't know, like, I'm dancing with this other guy, like, are you going to do anything about it? But I don't know if that was necessarily it either, so.
I do like that interpretation, though.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
He's got to kill. He's failed all the way up to here, so yeah.
Yeah, like, just another tactic. Like, you haven't done it yet, so maybe this will work, you know? If I go be sweet on this
kind
other
of
guy.
That's exactly what Lance Henriksen did with the waitress, right? Where he's, like, flirting with her. And then Diamondback pulls her butterfly knife and cuts her. Which we haven't talked a lot about Diamondback, but Jeanette Goldstein's fucking great too. She's awesome.
I like the Lethal Weapon when she gets blown off that diving board. That's
go ahead, Bones.
Fun. I was gonna say I like in Lethal Weapon when she gets blown off that diving board. That's fucking funny.
That is her, man.
Yep.
Wow.
She's great. Owner and proprietor of Jeanette's Bras exclusively for big-breasted women.
Oh, I know.
I'm aware.
Fucked up my Instagram feed.
I have stood outside that property.
I'm sure it
casts a lot of shade. Do you guys get that catalog here at the store?
With just a trench coat?
Yes, we do get that catalog.
Face prints against the glass. Yeah.
You got to take it with a bathroom beer, though. That's how that works. All right, this guy, he does not look like he's having fun.
Wouldn't that be great if like a sex shop or like a fucking lingerie shop had like a little head cut out in one of their windows so you could kind of just rest your head just in, like, take a peek, you know, just a little. You'd probably say you wouldn't have to like wipe off the foggy windows and shit all the time. You know, all the face grease. Just let pervs put their face through, get a look, you know.
Well, it's actually very similar to the first movie we covered, Microwave Massacre, where at a construction site there's you know, the paneling and it's open for boobs to come through.
There's a boob window.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think
you guys have seen Microwave Massacre, yeah.
We gotta get a boob window here at the store, dudes.
I have it on VHS.
Is that on the Plex, Kron?
Yep, it's out there.
All right.
Could you get a Betamax copy?
I don't know.
I mean, if that can get, I think that legitimately did get like a 4K Severin release. You know, if that can do it, chairman of the board, come on, it's a shoo-in.
Give it 30 years.
Yeah.
All right. Caleb gets up and May says, he's for you. The dude runs and jumps through a window.
Hey, fucking cool. Yeah.
Caleb follows him and the gang torches the bar. Caleb catches up with the guy, but lets him go because he begs for his life pretty much, and Caleb can't do it. The gang
Homer's just dancing on the bar. I love it.
He's having a good time.
Little kid vampire, it's just so fun.
So sad. The gang picks up Caleb, and they're pissed at him because they let this dude go. Jess says, this is the last time you fucked up. The gang prepares the vehicle for sunup, which is spray paint and aluminum foil. They know that the kid that Caleb let go is going to head to the law. Jesse's not happy, but the sun's coming up, so they'll have to deal with it later and get on the move. They make their way to a small motel. Jesse deals with the motel guy. He kind of tries to chit-chat with him. But as he does this, we can see the sun kind of coming into the window towards the key, which is
great shot.
Pretty cool.
I like when he's having to yell to the guy, like, I want to rent one of your cabanas. He has to
your
say
bungalow,
it like,
sir.
Bungalow, yeah. One of your bungalows. He has to say it like 3 times. And it's sort of that Mitch Hedberg bit where where you get frustrated because you're having to yell some bullshit thing 3 or 4 times because the person didn't hear you. How many times I've had to yell at my wife, like, did you order laundry fragrance? Like, scent boosters 6 times from the basement because she didn't hear me. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Damn, Brewster's Millions over here.
You gotta
you sent your laundry
into his
you gotta boost your laundry, dude. You gotta.
Shit.
I just do it with white vinegar.
God's way.
Well, all the fucking biodegradable like laundry pods that we have to use to reduce our plastic intake, they clean, but they don't freshen, So you got to get those booster pellets.
That's what fucking Big Laundry tells you, dude. You're just part of the machine, dude.
No, this is what I want.
Stop washing your clothes.
When I get into my Brooks linen, I want them to smell appropriately.
The gang is sleeping in the motel when there's a knock at the door. It's the motherfucking police. The guy that got away from the bar did indeed go to the law, and he's sitting in the back of the cop car. Severin opens the curtains, gets a little burnt because of the sun. Homer freaks out because it's daylight. The gang arms up and get ready to fight. The police keep knocking, but Severin finally blasts a shotgun through the door, hits a cop, but daylight comes blaring through and starts burning Severin.
I really like that bit. I think that's like my favorite part of the movie, to be honest.
He's got a good line too here, right? It's not bullseye, that's later. It's like it's clever. There's something. It's like it's something that wouldn't be in Chairman of the Board, but it's like it's there.
How many vampire movies feature gunfights? First of all, this just feels so fucking
John Carpenter's vampire.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, does it? I haven't. See, that's a JC I haven't seen. So
Dusk Till Dawn.
It's the best.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but the vampires aren't shooting back from Dusk Till Dawn, right? Do they have guns too?
Well, that one guy's got that.
One has a dick gun.
Little dick gun.
Yeah, he does become a vampire. Hey, so okay, yeah, fair
Kron,
enough.
it is not little.
Yeah. Well, if that's little, I'm in trouble.
Small caliber, maybe, but I don't think he's shooting blanks.
Is that Ron? Is it Ron Jeremy who plays him or no?
It's Tom
Savini.
Tom Savini.
Same guy.
Machine?
Yeah, they look pretty close.
Yeah.
Same guy. Savini will play in Ron Jeremy movie.
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy can suck his own crotch gun.
What have you been watching?
Yeah, what Ron
Tom
Jeremy
Savini.
is that?
It's a deep cut.
It was worth it. I'll take it.
Tom Savini, though, underrated actor. If you guys have seen Knight Riders.
Fucking Knight Riders is so fucking good, man.
He's great in Maniac.
Yeah, he is. Awesome. Disco Kid or something, whatever, right? Yeah.
Wasn't Knight Riders a movie that got taken off? But no, maybe not.
I think Bones just watched it and really liked it. I remember him telling us about it.
Yeah, I think
Bones and I watched it together, I think, yeah.
I think, I went on to watch it and it was already gone, I think. And I was like, fuck. All right. The shootout starts. All these bullet holes are coming through the motel walls, which are causing the gang to kind of start on fire because the sunlight's coming through. The shootout continues. The gang decides that they need to get to the van to get the fuck out of here. So they send Caleb, the new guy, He goes through a window with a blanket. Of course, the police see this and they start pumping him full of bullets. And Caleb gets burned up pretty good, but he manages to make it to the van, and his blanket goes up into flames.
Can you imagine being the stunt guy where they're like, okay, you're going to be on fire. I need you to get in the van and then close the door.
There is some of that
and
great...
then we'll put you out.
Yeah. There's some of that great thing I love in movies where you can see the stuntman is like the protective fire suit, because an actor gains, like, they get all puffy and like gain 40 pounds and like suddenly look a lot thicker, you know, because they got to do this fire stunt. I love being able to see that.
But better that than the fire effects that we get at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
I would rather
totally. Right.
It's hard to do that with a child. Like, I've tried, and they've,
never looked. Yeah, it doesn't
look
right.
It's been a couple of years behind bars.
This kid's talking about being a big man in a small kid's body. He can be lit on fire too.
Do you know what it's like to hear about it every night, though? That's the problem.
I do love the slow motion. Anytime anyone is like running on fire in this movie, you know, they get slowed way down. It's like that Spike Jonze music video. I can't remember what song it is now, but
the one that's just like a one take of
literally just a guy running on fire. Yeah.
I mean, the movie's only 94 minutes. You got to pad it somewhere,
right? Exactly.
You know, there's only 10 really good minutes, and everything else is pretty good or okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you let him look at the dailies, though, the fire guy is going to be like, oh, you got to slow that down. That looks good as hell.
Give me a few more frames, man. Come on.
Well, the stunt rule is you use the take that I got hurt on. And I'm sure if they're like, if I was on fire for 30 seconds, there better be 30 fucking seconds feature, like, you know, right? Like, so, and obviously they can't include when the fucking assistant AD is like lighting the fucking Bic to actually light him on fire. So in order to meet that rule, you probably have to slow it down. The math makes sense. Move on.
It's in their contracts.
Yeah.
It got dealt with here, and we're going to see more. Slow motion fire. All right, our shootout continues. Caleb drives the van straight through the fucking motel and rescues the gang. They speed away as the cops fire upon them. The gang all cheer, and they...
How did they get away, though? Yeah. The cops have cars, too. They just drive away.
That was my big... Like, you didn't have another guy on the highway, like, waiting.
They just respect how fucking cool that was, you know? Like, they fucking earned it, man. That was
drove it through some balls.
Yeah. I also love that they have...
Excuse me, a bungalow.
Right. Yeah, a bungalow. Sorry. Yeah. I love that they have the kid from the bar like took a ride along to like see this too. You know,
I thought that was good.
Yeah.
He paid the extra 14 for the bungalow.
Well, he slaps $200 on there.
Yeah.
All right, the gang all cheer. They dap each other up. Caleb is a hero. The gang steals another car and checks into a new motel later that night. Severin is so impressed with Caleb that he gives him one of his spurs, and the gang seem to finally be accepting him. Homer is even coming around. Caleb asks how old Jesse is. He says that he fought for the South, and we lost.
Did anybody else, given the hardware that Jesse was carrying, did you at first think like they were implying that he was a very particular famous Jesse? At first,
no, I didn't even think about that. Wow.
Okay,
like
Jesse James.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, why would he deny that? Like, why would you change names?
Yeah.
No, he was killed by the coward Robert Ford.
Right, right.
Well, and the charges are still out there. You could get... They could bring you in on...
Yeah, I mean...
we've seen
good-looking guy like that.
Vampires can get shot. We don't know. They might have buried him. He could have crawled his way back out.
Casey Affleck's full of shit, man.
Yeah. Changed his name to Hooker because that's his favorite thing.
Yeah. Oldest profession, man. Pay respects.
That's why when I, fake my death and come back, it's going to be Michael Cocaine.
Yeah.
Michael Caine.
All right, May wants to go out with Caleb to look at the night. Outside, Caleb straps on his new spur and asks May if she ever misses the sun. She tells the story about how she became a vampire, which is because of Homer. The gang plays some cards to pass the time.
Caleb's response is just, "Oh, that little weasel, yeah,
that bad,
fucking entrapped you and turned you into the living dead."
While you're still in high school, so she's underage still.
Yeah.
Homer folds and heads outside to see a girl getting a soda. Homer introduces himself and asks if she wants to watch some TV. Homer brings the girl.
Did you see the soda was 60 cents? That's fucking annoying. You gotta have a dime in your pocket. I mean, come on.
They give you change. You put in 2 quarters, you get some back.
But again, 60 cents, it's gonna ask you for 10 more cents.
And then you got 15. I mean, even if it gives you change, you got 15 cents in your pocket. What the fuck are you gonna do with 15 cents?
Yeah, you gotta buy another Coke at that point.
That's the whole point.
But she's buying a Coke at what? It's 4:17 a.m. And she says, "Look, I do what I want to do when I want to do it." Strong, powerful woman.
Yeah, and that's
without even having to be a vampire. She's got this freedom,
What does she say to him at first? Like, it's rude to stare or something? Like, she's fucking brash.
Homer's in fucking love right now, dudes. Even though he's 68.
Don't think about it. Don't think
Homer
about it.
brings the girl back to the motel room and introduces her to the gang. "Wow, you people sure do stay up late. We keep odd hours," Severin says.
Awesome. Is that a GIF? It should be a GIF.
It's a shirt. I know it's a shirt. We keep odd hours. That should be the tagline.
Dan, stand up. Show everybody your shirt.
That's you, Kron. That's you. Diamondback asks the girl what room she's in. Severin heads that way. Just then the door opens and the girl runs into Caleb. It's Sarah, Caleb's little sister, dudes. What?
I knew that the whole time, dude.
I do like the moment when Diamondback is kind of like talking to Homer like she's his mom, and he kind of was like he's getting really annoyed at it because you kind of get the sense like they're just putting the show on for the girl, right? Like, he's maybe
think she's
doing this. As old as her,
the mother of the group, and she's concerned, and she wants to keep this family together.
But they don't treat Homer like a kid before this, Like, it's kind of interesting that like he seems annoyed, and like I think to the girl, what is her name again?
Sarah.
To Sarah, it's gonna feel like, oh, it's his mom chewing him out. But Homer's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we're probably the same age, and like you're trying to like boss me around like you are my actual mom.
I will say it's a weird transition here at the end to me for Homer, because he seems kind of on Severin's level almost until up to this point.
Well, once he sees somebody he can like make to be like him, I think he kind of like reverts a little bit.
Part of it, he hasn't seen a child in like 20 years,
right?
Because they're always in bed at this time.
And 5 you get the sense too. I think also going back to this like whole jealousy thing, like he's fucking jealous that May is with Caleb now,
well, he says
he turned
just
her
as much. Yeah. This makes us even Stevens.
Right. He turned May because he wanted a shot at, yeah.
Oh, when I was in middle school, you better believe I was taking shots with high school chicks, man.
High school chick? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They love
pizza.
I got pretty fucking close with one of my buddy's older sisters, man. She would come over and jump on my trampoline.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that what you called it?
Yeah, because it was a literal trampoline.
Trampolines
my junk just fucking flopping. Yep, I wouldn't wear boxers. I knew what to do.
Buy one. I have one now. It's weird.
Yeah, she was a gymnast.
There's been some 2 o'clock. I'm not going to spill my beer.
Yeah,
Watch me do this backflip.
Her name just flashed into my head, and I got fucking 10 degrees hotter. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, you lit up, dude.
Say it right now. Say the full name.
No.
Severin returns with Caleb's dad, Loy. His dad says he's been trying to find him. Caleb tells Jess to let them go because this is his family, guys. Come on.
Well, he says, yeah, it's my family. And Jess is like, so? I don't care.
We're your family now.
Seems like you could just let them go and avoid like a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I mean,
they've seen their faces.
They know too much.
We've only known each other for 3 days, and for 95% of it, we were just talking about how much we want to kill you, but we're your family now.
Yeah.
They've been tracking us. That's another part of it.
Yeah.
We just can't have people knowing we're out there.
Mm-hmm.
Did driving our van into our bungalow mean nothing to you, Caleb?
Caleb does say he's with the gang now, and he's staying with them. Homer jumps in, grabs Sarah, and says that she's his, and he wants to turn her. Caleb says, I will hurt you if you try to do that. Severin and Diamondback jump in and grab Caleb. Jess says they know our faces, and we have to kill them. Caleb pops in, pulls a gun, and shoots Jess. Caleb's dad pulls a gun and shoots at Jess. Hooker coughs up a bullet and puts it in his Loy's pocket there.
It's pretty badass.
I don't know. I think that's a step too far for this movie. That's like some Looney Tunes bullshit.
No,
so it's like
just
he shot him and it went like right into his like esophagus and stopped there so he could like cough it up,
Yeah. But puts it in his pocket before I'm gonna rip your hand off and kill you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have fun with you.
He might as well have taken a drink of water and had it like shoot out the bullet hole too, though,
Is it the mask where he gets shot, the one dude gets shot in the chest and then he like blows him out his mouth when
puts a cigarette in it and blows the smoke out. Yeah.
I'm thinking it's like when Zed from Pulp Fiction gets the mask, doesn't he like fucking take a bunch of bullets, shoot him out? I'm with you, Greg. I think it would have been like almost more hardcore if he just dug out the bullet from his chest and gave it back to him.
That would have been cool.
It didn't need to be the spit out, but hey, it's a low budget movie. It's far cheaper to just have Lance Henriksen spit out a piece of brass than.
I don't know. They set off some dynamite later. There's a lot of fire effects.
I think 20% of the budget went to blowing up that tanker, dude.
Sarah
just blocking off that street.
Yeah.
It costs money. Sarah breaks away from Homer here and runs through the door, letting in a ton of sunlight. The gang move quick to cover up, and Caleb escapes through the door as well and jumps into his father's truck. Caleb explains that he is sick and not human anymore. His pops questions the gang and says these people ain't right. Caleb says, his pops wants to take him to a hospital. He's like, that won't help, and shows how his skin burns in the light. Caleb looks around and asks if his dad has ever transfused anybody. We get a quick cut to Caleb's dad doing a blood transfusion on Caleb. He nurses Caleb through the long process. Caleb sleeps. His pops cries. The next morning, Sarah opens the barn door, and the light comes in, but it does not burn Caleb. He's fixed. He plays in a cornfield with Sarah.
Shirtless.
They have some family dinner together. Sarah heads to bed. They hear some strange noises. Caleb goes to check it out. It's May on the swing.
That dinner feast would have fed 12 fucking people, man. They made a lot of food.
It's a Midwest dinner, baby.
God damn.
Yeah. Also, Caleb hasn't eaten real food in like a week. You know?
That's a good point. Yeah.
He needs some of that corn, baby. He's like, I'm cured, Dad. I'm shitting pure corn.
Well, at first he'd be shitting just
blood,
right? I mean,
yeah.
Do vampires shit? Like, what is the digestion of the blood? Does it just seep out of your stomach into your system? Like, what is...
Yeah, I don't think they pee either.
Right.
Damn.
Or you just pee. It's either one or the other.
Yeah.
We're watching different vampire movies. Stuff I got's full of piss.
Is it all Russian?
Some of it, yeah.
Okay.
He's not rushing through it. He's taking his time.
I'm
savoring.
Edging, dude.
That's why they couldn't release the Trump piss tape, is that the ladies in it were vampires. They didn't show up on film, so.
Goddamn. As soon as they released that 5, Dave Reynolds is covering that goddamn movie. So quick. It's a 5-star banger. Caleb is timid to touch May, but he hugs and he kisses her.
We could do the piss tape, Home Alone 2, and Little Rascals.
I think we would probably get a cease and desist on that one, which would be awesome. And hang it on the
We
walls.
could use the press.
Would you have him in the store? Like, could he do a political event here?
Oh, yeah, we'd let him talk. We'd laugh the whole time, though.
Just a wall of Home Alone 2 behind him.
We'd play fun sound effects over his speech.
Kron's got some gold spray paint. He could fucking paint the toilet so he feels right at home.
Gold.
No, that's for us huffing later. All right? Don't try to take that away from us.
You're not wasting good paint on Trump's ass.
It's a little for me, a little for him kind of day, you know? Spray paint.
Yeah.
We'll get one of those little boy garden fountains that's like peeing, so he feels right at home. Just put that up on the counter. Yeah, little boy peeing. But we'll put like we'll put a wig on it though, so it looks like it kind of looks like a Russian chick.
Yeah, Russian vampire.
No, it looks like him. That's what he wants.
We'll do
or
the
Ivanka.
We'll do the Ivankas like in A Clockwork Orange, so he can get like a drink from her titty. Beautiful. May notices that Caleb is warm. I belong here, May. May says you need to make a choice. Caleb says nothing. May takes silence as a yes and runs into the darkness. The thunder rolls in as Caleb notices Sarah is missing from her room. He heads out to find her with his horse. We see a tumbleweed go by.
That's how you know it's a Western.
They were setting out to make a Western, I will say that.
I had my doubts until that moment,
Yeah.
And also, Dan, you're picking up the pace here on the plot, but there is only 8 minutes left in the runtime of this movie.
Yeah.
The fucking third act of this thing is slim. Yeah.
It moves.
Yeah.
It's not a problem, though. I mean, after the bar, I feel like they kind of know the bar and then the hotel shootout, they can't top it. So they're just like, we're just going to fucking wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking... Yeah. You take it from Maroon 5, it moves like Jagger. Good night.
But Jagger in 87.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger in...
Dude, yeah.
2022 was still moving that way.
I saw him the same year. He was fucking
I was like,
all over the stage. Yeah.
Whatever they gave that shot to that guy I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He threw his jacket, hit a person in the crowd, went back while singing the song and said, "I'm sorry," while continuing to sing the song and running back the other way. I was like, the dude's
within
like 8 years old.
Within like a year and a half, I saw both him and Steven Tyler perform live.
Fuck.
And in both cases, I'm like, yeah, I fucking, like, these guys are never going to die. They're immortal.
Bones,
like, the level of energy.
Do we need to get Aerosmith tickets, dude?
Yeah, it was a great show. It was a fucking awesome show.
He's going to end up canceling. I don't think they're going to, because I just got another email today from fucking Ticketmaster. Or actually, I think it was Spotify, the Spotify recommendation, because they're coming through. But I don't think he'll, because he's in rehabilitation right now. So
there was a moment in the show where he like went into the crowd for a second and like was like, you know, still singing a song, and on the big screen was like, you know, posing with girls in the crowd, and like each woman he touched, like they looked at they were gonna fucking faint. And I was like, I get it. Like, it made sense to me in that moment, you know? I was like, yeah.
Greg's like, I don't want to miss a thing.
Yeah. Well, on the other hand, I saw Bob Dylan last year, and he could barely stand up a whole song. So,
and you'd still fuck him, yeah.
Oh, totally.
I seen Springsteen this year, and I was like, God damn, dude. 3 hours later, I was like, I could barely podcast for 2.
Me and Springsteen have the same birthday.
Oh shit! Did can you give us any of your writing, Murph? Let me hear it.
I don't think it'll work like that. Like I feel like if I met him, I'm like, hey, we have the same birthday, and then we're automatically best friends.
Like, yeah, come and have some coffee.
You're in the E Street now.
What do you play?
Triangle? You're in.
Yeah. Kazoo? Well, we already got one, but we'll find something.
Kazoo 2. Yeah, it rhymes. Come on. Caleb trots through town. His horse gets spooked.
Guess who's playing second kazoo in a band, Mom?
Springsteen, bitch!
I finally did something with my life.
His horse gets spooked here and tosses him. Severin comes up and tosses him across the street. Severin says, "You have to pay." A big rig starts speeding towards Caleb. He jumps up to chat with the driver. Severin pulls a gun and shoots the driver right between the eyes. Caleb jumps in the big rig and speeds towards Severin.
What a futile moment. He jumps up there and he's like, hey, that guy's about to shoot you in the face. Instantly gets shot in the head.
Get off my truck right now.
Yeah.
I just watched this thing, dude. Caleb smashes his Peterbilt into Severin, but Severin climbs onto the hood of the big rig, and he's pretty fucked up, guys. Looks pretty fucked up.
Great effect. It's so beautiful.
Hey, Caleb, fasten your fucking seatbelt. Severin starts ripping into the engine and starts pulling wires from this big rig. Caleb remembers his lesson from the big rig driver.
Remember your training, Caleb.
The Force Ghost of the Cajun driver fucking whispers in his ear. Yeah.
So he jackknifes the big rig before Severin can get to him, causing it to blow up, and finishes off Severin. As Caleb turns around from the flames, there stands Jess. It's time to pay the fiddler. Caleb demands his sister back. This ain't got nothing to do with my sister. Give her back.
You know, Sean Bean is like notorious for being the guy that gets killed in every movie, right?
Yeah.
But Paxton just gets like, he's got way more memorable deaths.
Yeah.
Like,
does he get killed by the Terminator in the first one? Or does he just take his clothes?
It's hazy. I think he gets like punched away.
Yeah.
We did cover the only directed Bill Paxton movie on our podcast.
Right.
Frailty, which is
Only Demons Should Fear Me.
Cool movie.
You're not a demon, are you? Yep. Classic trailer line.
But did you guys cover The Vagrant?
No, not yet.
We have. You're welcome, guys.
I was about to say it's going to start a little competition. Who can do the most Bill Paxton in a year?
Bones and Kron are still upset with me about that one. So
The Vagrant was
fun. What have been? There's been a couple crossover movies, right? We both covered, I think. I'm trying to think now.
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness. Yeah.
Oh fuck!
I mean, it's inevitable.
I had one. You guys have to come up with something, okay?
Demon Knight.
No, we haven't done that.
I'm sure we both talked about The Thing.
No, not yet.
No, we haven't done that.
Wow.
Yeah, we're still
We
the
did
only
Christine.
3 white guys to ever talk about The Thing.
No, not yet.
We haven't done Christine.
Dollman versus.
I wish.
We've both done Dollman stuff.
Almost.
We've done demonic toy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crossover there. Yeah.
That's it, really?
Oh,
That's
The
all
Witch. The Witch. You guys did The Witch.
The
recently.
Vavitch, yes.
Yeah. The Vavitch. Right.
Which we did for September as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hell, Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Goodbye, everybody.
Good night. May says, let him back in. Jess says it's too late for that. Homer has his sister in the backseat of the car. And she hits Homer, and she's able to run out. Diamondback throws a knife at Caleb, but he moves out of the way, and Jess catches it in his teeth. Caleb runs, and Jess starts shooting. They get in the car, and they chase after them. May is hesitant. Caleb trips in a cornfield and tells Sarah to run. Just as the gang pulls up and grabs Sarah again, the sun is on the rise.
Okay, Greg, I wanted to ask you about something because
Yeah.
we've had a conversation about a similar movie that has this kind of thing, and I want to know, do you like it in this movie? Because it is basically what happens in Avatar 2: The Way of Water. We have Took and different people of the Sully clan being kidnapped, and then they get
Multiple
away,
times. Right.
and then they're kidnapped almost automatically again.
Yeah, my problem with the Avatar 2 thing is calling attention to it in like a cutesy moment, you know?
Oh,
Like,
that's
calling
what I
out
love.
how repetitive it is. I know I'm not alone in my like Oppenheimer indifference on this podcast at the very least, but I might be alone in my Avatar 2 dislike. So
Couldn't
no,
bring
this is-
myself to watch it, so I don't know if you are.
First 10 minutes, yeah. I think Bones watched it.
I did. I really enjoyed. I liked it more than the first one, but
yeah,
I
also learned immediately afterwards that I was exposed to COVID and was feeling symptoms during the movie. I was wondering, why do I feel like shit? And I would maybe ascribed a lot of it to the movie when it could have been COVID symptoms. So, you know.
5 times in theaters. It's amazing.
Damn. I guess
5-star
I gotta
banger.
watch it now.
I wish I would have had COVID during Oppenheimer, because then I would have feel like I have a reason that people would understand why I don't love it.
Yeah.
All right. The gang tries to cover the windows, but time is running out. May sees that Homer is trying to bite Sarah, and May grabs her and jumps out the back of the window of the car. Homer jumps out after them and starts running, but immediately starts to burn up. He burns to death. Caleb covers up May. Jess and Diamondback drive towards Caleb and May.
Props
they
to the
burn
movie
up.
for showing as much as they do of Homer burning.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look great, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The early thing with his face blackened and like smoke coming up. Like I kind of like that. But when they go into the whole fire thing and it's composited or something like that, it's just too rough.
I will still take this over CG fire. We saw a lot of that recently when we talked about what was it? Mother of Tears, right? There's a lot of CG fire in that. Yeah. That to me is a bigger disappointment, I think.
But nothing beats like real fire.
Yeah.
Nothing beats Chicago Fire. Fridays, NBC.
Be there, be square. Jess and Diamondback, they drive towards Caleb and May as they burn up, but the car gives in to all the flames and explodes. We cut to Caleb. He opens up a barn door on May, and the light hits her, but she does not burn. She asks what's happening. She says she's afraid. Don't be. It's just the sun. They hold each other. End credits. Near Dark. 1987. Directed by Catherine Bigelow.
It's just
with the freeze frame.
You can get
right?
you can get melanoma now, just like the rest of us.
It's like, hey, this thing you've been living with for 536 years is easily curable. Idiot.
You didn't think of this?
My farmer dad figured it out in a day.
He's a vet.
Gentlemen,
I meant to, when you talked about Homer exploding, I meant to say dough, by the way, but I had slipped in mind.
Gentlemen, upon further research, Near Dark from 1987, directed by Catherine Bigelow, had an estimated budget of $5 million. It was a limited release October 2nd of 1987 here in the United States and pulled in a box office of just over $3 million. The company that did put it out went bankrupt after this movie. It was their last one. At the time of its release, you could also catch Like Father, Like Son that week.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's the one with Kirk Cameron and what's the Arthur guy? Dudley Moore?
Yeah,
right.
That is true.
I meant to bring up Kirk Cameron earlier when we talking about Christian movies, but I met Kirk Cameron once.
Oh, shit.
When I worked at a movie theater, I was a manager, like an assistant manager.
Your tummy's pretty soft.
But the theater I worked at, it's in Thousand Oaks, California. A lot of celebrities like have like secret homes out there. You know, it's just outside of LA, so it's like they're close enough, but they're not like in LA proper. You know,
the burbs.
They're outside. Yeah, right, exactly. So he lives out there, and the theater I worked at, we often showed a lot. We showed a lot of Christian movies. It's right by Simi Valley, which is the highest concentration of retired cops in the country. Very conservative area. Ton of like, we showed like Hillary's America and weird shit like that all the time. Like we had premieres to that stuff at the theater I worked at. So we were doing a premiere for a Kirk Cameron Christmas movie, and he shows up to the theater to like kind of like talk to my boss about the logistics of it. And he walks in, instantly recognizable as him. He's wearing his fucking like sweater and shit, And he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, can I talk to the general manager? I'm looking for William." I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." So I get my radio out and I'm like, "Hey, William to the front." And William says, "Copy, I'm on my way." And we kind of just stand there awkwardly for a second, and then he points at himself and goes, "I'm Kirk Cameron." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And he looked so fucking bummed out that I didn't have like a big reaction or anything like that. I was just kind of like, "Yeah, or yeah, cool, man." All right. And he looked so fucking upset until the manager came down and like took him away to the meeting room. But yeah, that was my interaction with them.
You're too young for growing pains, though. Like that was.
I mean, I knew it. I still knew him on sight. Like the moment he came to the door, so I was like, "Oh shit, Kirk Cameron." Okay, like it was still immediate. Yeah.
I think you had the best reaction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what I was supposed to do with that info. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, man. I get it.
Yeah, dude, you fucking dunked on Cameron.
But had it been his like Australian buddy, you would have freaked your shit though, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I would have fucking fallen all over him. Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's just walking around handing out bananas and shit.
Do you think Carrot Top does that? Like he's like, hey, I gotta meet someone. By the way,
I think they know.
Yeah, if Carrot Top has to tell anyone he's Carrot Top, then something's wrong.
Needs to rethink the branding.
October was a pretty shitty month for this release time, but Prince of Darkness did open later that month on the 23rd of October. As we discussed, they used many cast members from Aliens because she was with James Cameron at the time. Lance prepared his role by picking up hitchhikers, driving along the same places they were going to film. I think he did pick up a guy one night who got freaked out. He had the fingernails on and the hair extensions and all that in, and he paid him like $80 because he was like, I'm just fucking with you, dude.
Did we even mention the rat tail?
Yeah, he did.
I think I brought it up for a second. Okay. Yeah, but this guy was freaked out by fingernails.
Yeah, they looked a little weird, I guess. Johnny Depp and DB Sweeney were offered, or did audition for Caleb, but they decided to go cheap. They shot for 47 days. 40 of those were all at night. So, and like I said, I think we've pretty much hit on everything else. Unless you guys got anything.
I feel like I read that they offered Michael Biehn something as well, and I can't remember if it was Jesse or Severin. But I don't know. He didn't like the script or something, and I don't think that would have worked for him as either of them.
I think I did read that. Yeah, he didn't.
Maybe
like
for Caleb, but not. I don't. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him, anyways. I think he's serviceable in Aliens, but
yeah,
I don't think he's that great.
I like him in Terminator. I like him in the first Terminator.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Do
you think for a few days there they tried to be like, oh, these are like background scenes for Aliens. Like, this is all one movie. We're not going to pay you anymore for these.
Try to get Fox to actually pay for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dan had to run to the little boy's room. And at this point, he would ask you guys final thoughts before we go into our Rate My Letterbox. What we could do is we could do final thoughts, or we could just play amongst ourselves since the points don't matter for us four, and just go ahead and give our Rate My Letterbox scores just for fun. Kron, you want to start us off?
Rate my box.
Take me up inside.
All right, Bones. I'm going to go with a 3.5. Murph. I think I'm going to go 4.5. And Greg. I think I'm going to go with 4. Oh, and by the way, we use zeros or 0.5. None of those weird 0.673s you guys use over on Weekly Podcast Massacre.
I don't really know where that came from. Yeah, and just, yeah.
Do you guys rate out of stars? Because we actually have never heard of that kind of system before.
Right, that's new to us. Yeah.
We need to decide what we're rating it out of.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, we talked about it. We theorized vampires shit blood turds. We could rate it out of blood turds.
Well, we didn't mention it, but I did share a picture of Jesse with the goggles and a nose guard.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we recently have covered a movie and rated out of nose guards. Yeah.
Came out
same year, 87. Yeah.
Or same year, and the episode came out the day of this recording, right? Our episode about Angel Heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My pitch was going to be we could rate it out of feet of aluminum foil.
That's good. I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so just to recap, Kron, you're giving me 3.5 feet of aluminum foil.
That's correct.
You gave
4.5 and Greg 4.0 feet of aluminum foil.
Okay. Greg, would you like to go, buddy?
Sure. Bones 3.5. Kron. I also 3.5 Murph 4.
Floor's yours, Murph.
I think I'm gonna go for Greg 3.5, Kron 3, and Bones. See, this is where a 3.75 would be really nice, but I think 3.5 feet of aluminum foil.
Kron 3.0, Greg 4.0, Murph 4.0. Dan's back. Holy
Dan,
shit.
You want to guess, everybody?
Holy shit.
Oh. I got Bones at a 3.0. I got Kron at a 3.0. I got Murph at a 4. I got Greg at a 4.
All right, I think I guessed first. I will reveal my answer first. Guys, I think ultimately I would be a 3.0 on Near Dark. I mean, I do think it's got a lot going for it. The stuff that I really like this time around, of course, the Tangerine Dream score and Tim Thomerson doing some kind of, off the beaten path work that really let him shine. But I don't know. I mean, you want to be like a hip, cool vampire movie. You don't want to have stakes. You don't want to say the word vampire. Just once, you could have had one of these guys look directly in camera and give us a good blah. Like, I don't know why they missed a golden opportunity. In all actuality, like, I think this movie is okay. I think this is right before Catherine Bigelow, like, really locked in. I love Blue Steel and Point Break, so it's always cool to revisit this one as, like, the movie, I feel like, right before she really had all the pieces falling into place. But yeah, to me, it's just kind of, I mean, it's a good movie, but it just doesn't blow me away by any means. The vampires are cool, but I don't know. We've all seen Life Force. There's cooler vampires out there. 3.0.
Yeah.
Greg?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Everyone kind of undervalued my love of this movie, but I'm going 4.5 feet of aluminum foil. I think this watch really did, like, sit with me really, really well. And there's just been, honestly, there's two moments of this movie that really just elevated it beyond other things for me. One is that shot of the sheriff or whatever, the police officer, in like the hazy cigarette smoke with the the slats of the blinds behind him. There's no reason that shot has to look as good as it does, but it looks so fucking good. And it's like one of like maybe a dozen like perfect shots in this movie. So I think it's a really gorgeously made film. The other moment in the movie is the silence that falls after they kill that waitress. 'Cause that to me is like a moment of pure horror that I think the movie really fucking nails. Just this sort of like weird surrealness that comes over that bar where all the patrons just kind of really are stunned by what they just saw and do not know how to react. And I think that feeling kind of like passes on to the audience. And I think that those two moments are just so fucking perfect that, like, to me, this movie just stood out to me as something really special. It's got its problems when you think about the logistics of how these vampires work, with the time management and the easily curable vampirism. Like, it does get a little kind of like head scratchy at times. But I'm also just, I think as years goes on, I'm becoming something I'm much more of a romantic, and the love story also just got to me this time too. Vampire love stories, like, I don't know why, but they just have a special place in my heart. So like, I think I'm going 4.5. This one just stood out to me as like something really interesting and unique and special this time.
Florida Murph.
I really agree with Greg. I think this last viewing, I've seen it 4 times since I bought the Blu-ray. And I've watched the bar scene like I think 2 more times. But the love story is what really stood out to me on the last viewing. And that it is very much a romance movie. So I get why they did that Blu-ray cover. But those problems with it are too egregious for me to give it as high a score as Greg. I'm going 4 feet of aluminum foil. I think there's so many good moments in this movie, and it does have basically 10 perfect minutes, but it doesn't really stick the landing. The transfusion thing it's just a little too convenient. The fire effects, I want to love them, but they're not there. And just the giving up from Jesse and Diamondback at the end is a little more problematic story-wise for me. But it's, goddamn, is it really good when it's good? Just the way Lance Henriksen looks at Caleb, at that guy in the bar, and just be like, this is what you have to do. This is what you are now. And it's these weird purple and pink hues. It's so beautiful most of the time. And I really love it. I'm going to spin this disc like twice a year for the rest of my life. And hopefully I'll live 1 billion years and I'll watch it 2 billion more times.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Kron, I think I'm in the trenches with you, buddy. I think this falls at a 3.0. So I had the inverse reaction with the love story. I don't know if it's the performance or what we do see. It doesn't work. It doesn't connect. Now I'm going to Oreo here and throw some positive stuff. I do think the bar scene, that is the movie. Unfortunately, the logistics and the romance, they sort of just anchor that for me. The side cast of characters are really good, from Tim Thomerson to Lance Henriksen, but the focus really should be on Caleb and May, and it just doesn't work. Dan and I watched this, 10 years ago, dude?
You might be being generous.
Okay, yeah. And in my mind, it was like, oh, that was fun. And the 2 rewatches this week, I found myself just disconnecting more and more. So I am glad that you guys are rating it a little higher to kind of help bump the average, but going with my gut, it's a 3.0. Dan, the one that matters.
The only one that matters. Did we mention that the Letterboxd user rating was a 3.5?
You did.
We did now.
Right. We did now. 3.5 is what the community of Letterboxd is saying.
Oh, and they're also rating it at a feet of aluminum foil. So
thank you so much, Kron. I wasn't going to say anything, but I felt a little iffy with not mentioning that.
Yeah, we did watch this, and I've always heard about this movie. Everyone's like, oh, Near Dark, it's a vampire movie that's, you've never seen anything like that, And I remember seeing it and being like, yeah, okay, whatever, I was excited when the Weekly Podcast Massacre did choose this to spend some time with it and really get to sink my fangs into it, if you know what I mean, even though there were none to be seen in this movie. But the love story, I will agree with Bones. It doesn't really do it for me. But what does do it for me is our gang of nomads here. Just their lifestyle and the way that they go throughout this movie, that's just their life. They're going to steal a car. They're going to go to some small ass fucking town to find somebody who doesn't really matter to kill and to eat. And their biggest problem is accidentally you bit somebody and now they have to be part of the gang, to be like, yeah, that guy's cool, but is he cool? No, he's not cool, but maybe he is cool. And that's what we do in our daily lives, right? Like, is this guy really cool enough to be part of our group and hang out with us? So I think that is what really got me this time around. I think they do a great job of, we don't spend a lot of time with this gang of dudes and ladies, but I think we get to know them so well. Like, everybody has their thing and their thing that they're dealing with. I mean, look at Homer. He's a child who is a vampire and has to deal with that. But Lance Hendricks does so great. It's just so great as like a pop-up vampire, you know what I mean? So I think this time around, I'm at a 4. It just hit me. The love story, I really don't give a shit about. May, she could seduce any young buck out there, I think. But like I said, and I agree with Kron as well. His dad, great performance there. And I remember when I first watched the movie, I'm like, why do we even need that? You know what I mean? I get with the Sarah thing, though, at the end. But I think it just hit me a little different this time around. I think I watched it about 3 times going through for this podcast. So I'm at a 4. I liked it. I enjoy it. I like the let's not do the garlic and the crosses and all that shit.
I think I just want to say before we wrap this up, I don't think any of us called out specifically Bill Paxton for our final facts.
Yeah.
It really,
I mean, he's a huge factor in my rating too. Yeah,
such a magnetic performance, and
to me,
especially in the bar scene.
Yeah, to me, he's like an icon. He's like one of the iconic movie vampires. After having seen this a few times now, to me, like, he represents something so different than like your classic Bela Lugosi sort of vampire, you know? Which, look, I agree, Kron. If they had gone bleh right in the camera, you know, or if they had just one Transylvanian vampire in their group, like, I think this would be a 5-star banger for sure.
No, I think Paxton could pull that off, just like scaring the young farmer with the pole cue, just be like, bleh.
Well, I'll be goddamned, shit kicker heaven. Yeah, it would have been awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I get it. I will say about the love story, I think I agree that maybe the performance of the two, I think our male lead is fine. I think Adrian Pasdar is pretty good in this. I do want to say I think it is Jenny Wright that might be the weaker element. I kind of agree with that.
No, I think it works. I think she's damaged. I think she's been hurt with all this.
I think with me, what works about it, I am just such a sucker for vampire love stories. There is just something so, in the very concept of it, there's something so inherently tragic to them that really just pulls at my heartstrings. So you have somebody like May, who is this eternal undead who can't fall in love, right? Because they don't want to turn anybody. They don't want, like, her only options are Severin, who's a fucking psychopath, Jesse, who's an old Confederate guy who's with Diamondback anyway, and then a kid named Homer. So when she comes across this guy that she does kind of take this risk and turn him, to me, it just again, it really tugs at my heartstrings, so that she felt enough for him to take this, like, chance she knew probably wouldn't work out. There's something so romantic about that, like, I think I can sand over performance issues and maybe other problems with it, but, like, yeah, I don't know. I think just as a concept, the vampire romance gets to me, you know?
I think that's another thing that Dan was hitting on. It's like, that's what we do continuously in all relationships. It's like, are you cool? Like, you know, let's be cool together.
Right.
We want to find our own little in-group and, like, roam around in the country in a spray-painted RV. As,
like, weird and, what do you call it, convenient as it is to people, just like, okay, I'm going to turn human now, you know? There's still, again, a romanticism to the idea of you're giving up eternal life for this person. It's like, yeah, I you know, it just makes me feel good inside.
Okay, you sound like a guy that got some hope.
Hey, that's what led me to guess 4.0 too, when it was right on the money for Dan. So
that is true. Weekly Podcast Massacre got me right on the money.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Bones?
I was going to say, is there a counter argument to the romanticism about like picking this person and then cursing them to this existence?
Yeah. I mean, that's the tragic nature of it too, right? Like, but also that's how I feel about romance in my life. Like, oh, the person I decide to love, like, I'm sorry, but you know,
here's all my baggage and depression.
Care about you, and I'm gonna be in your life. I apologize. You know,
I guess like
I'm gonna bring all my fucking baggage with me into this. Yeah.
I guess the opposite end of this is kind of like the vampire story in The Hunger, where it's literally like, hey, we've been together for 350 years and I don't want to do this anymore. So
fucking sick of your ass.
Yeah.
I love that movie too for that kind of reason of like the sadness of that too. Yeah.
I can think of 2 reasons why I really liked that movie.
Pigeons.
Those weren't the 2
Susan Sarandon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to be fair to it, it is a hard performance, and it's hard in the logic of the film, because we're saying, all right, she was turned when she was in high school, so it's sort of believable that she would act with the mentality and the romanticism of a high school girl,
right?
But at the same time, we also have Homer running parallel to her, who says, I'm an old man in a young boy's body. So there should be, by that logic, a little bit more maturity in her.
But he also has that childishness in him too, Homer, of like, he has that fantasy of like, I'm going to find this another child, right? To like
and
turn
she's only
as well.
Been turned 4 years, and she was in
like,
high school.
4 years,
she's
4 years.
Barely 22 at least.
Functionally a 22-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Dude, when I was 18, 22-year-old girls may as well have been fucking 50, dude. They had their own fucking places. They had shit on the walls. Like,
I think that
you know what I mean? Like,
changes. Because I was going to say maybe it's just the timing of the relationship that that's what makes me not believe in that relationship. But I guess you bring up a good point of she's high school level, so yeah, it's a very quick I love you, and like, I guess that makes a little more sense.
I think both of them are probably the most least experienced actors besides, I guess, Homer, who is a literal child. So everybody else
when we talk about his performance, I think Homer, was it Josh Miller?
I think he sells it. But everybody I think he's else awesome as Homer. In an A blockbuster the year before.
Yeah. But
yeah, that's true.
And 100%, but when you're putting the movie on those two people, that's sort of the burden with that. You know, would Johnny Depp have delivered any better? They
can't all be Stewarts and Pattinsons, you know.
Right.
I think there's there's enough of the supporting cast of Hendrickson, Paxton, Goldstein, Thomerson. I think there's enough of them to make up for what's lacking.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's the decision making, right?
You know,
it's like,
do we think that Near Dark was maybe an influence for Twilight?
Hey, you know, I'm sure it could be argued.
All right, guys. Near Dark would have an average score from the 5 of us of 3.70. This would end up at number
3.70 what?
Feet of aluminum foil.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Murph.
This would end up at number 25 on the big list. This would currently be right above Live Wire at 26. And
boo!
Bullshit. You're not gonna like this one, Bones. It would currently be right below The Lawnmower Man at number 24.
Isn't Ginny Wright in Lawnmower Man?
Oh shit!
Isn't there somebody in this movie that's in Lawnmower Man?
That could be.
I'd have to look.
Well, if that's the same actress, that's the fucking sexy homeowner across the street, then she
that he bangs?
It was meant to be.
Well, she got really good at acting in 4 years. I'll say that, like, because she's really good in
Ginny Wright.
Holy shit, she's really good. Good call, Murph.
Pull of the night for Murph.
Yeah, man. Damn.
Hey, Kron, I'm with you. I'm fine with this being below Lawnmower Man, but above Livewire. Livewire. That's a top 10 Bones 5DR, man. That movie.
It's a democratic process.
I know. I understand it, and like I said, I'm grateful that Murph and Greg were here to help bump it up. It's to sort of counter your and I's maybe negative reaction to it or subpar reaction. But
3 is good.
Next, it's going to be Nick and Brantley as fake electors. So like.
Nick's a wild card, man. Nick will Brantley. Not to say like I feel like you can kind of figure him out, but I think didn't Nick give Class of '99 like a 4 or 4.5? Like he came out like this is fucking fun.
It is a fun movie. Yeah, it was good.
All right, Kron, you and I both got a 0.5 for Rate My Letterboxd, and the other two came in respectable with a 1.0. Good job, guys. Right on the money.
Thank you.
All right.
I think we've set the record, by the way.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to let these guys know. I'm pretty sure we just released a 3-hour and 7-minute episode. I think this is going to come
I've been watching
close.
the minutes tick up. Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah, and the downloads are going down, buddy. So there's a direct correlation, I think.
I tried. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Near Dark from 1987, directed by Catherine Bigelow. Hit up the Discord. I guess we'll send it to you because you can't really fucking find it anywhere. Murph, Machete Greg, thank you for joining us tonight. Please tell the people where they can find you once again.
Should I do it this time?
Yeah, go for it.
You have to.
Thank you all for listening. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe anywhere you get this podcast. We have email, Weekly Podcast Massacre @gmail.com. We have both Threads and Instagram @Weekly Massacre. So please hit us up. Let us know if you like to take bites of ice cream cones, if you have ever experienced shit kicker heaven, or if you are a big man and a little body. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
That's how you
The man's a pro.
That's how you end a show, man. God damn. We should just write one and have Murph do it for us, and we'll just tap it in every week.
Every week.
We figured out our outro. We have not figured out our introduction to our podcast, though. It's so fucking rough every time. Yeah,
definitely forgotten a couple times to introduce ourselves. So
yeah,
it happens.
But I really enjoy your guys' ease in to the conversation. It's even if I haven't seen the movie, I do try to make an effort to listen to that first 10 because you usually try to be kind of pertinent, to the time of the release, so like what's going on. So
yeah,
so.
There's sometimes 5 minutes of silence. You're just like, fuck, what has happened recently, though? God damn it. Yeah.
We try to give some recommendations before we really get into the meat of the thing. So we have something for people who, are interested in our opinions, which are very few and far between.
Hey, that's got to be a far less stress than a cold open commitment that I pull my hair out all week over. So.
Oh, hey, also find me a Letterboxd, G. Anderson 19, Murph and Turf for Murph. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Please follow Weekly Podcast Massacre. They're doing great fucking things over there.
Yeah,
We're huge fans. And thank you guys so much, like I said, for giving your time to us. Hopefully you had a good time. You got enough beers in you. You can get a good night's sleep. Kron, Howard, what is next?
We will be joined next week by the Horror Drafts boys to talk Resurrection from 1999. Your classic religious-tinged 7 ripoff. So join us next week. I guess until then, the only thing left to say is you should have said bleh.
I'm going to go with suck and burn.
I'm going to go with burn and burn.
We can't end the show.
Surprisingly few quotes with this one.
You have to do one. Yeah, we're locked.
Yeah,
you should do the rules.
Do a sign off.
There's a very weird moment where Jesse says something like, just slap me if I'm sleeping because I want to wake up. That really stood out to me.
And as always, it's finger licking good.
Fucking pro.